Forget the price. Ain't never been there, they tell me it's nice. I live in hotels, tear out the walls. I have accountants, pay for it all. They say I'm crazy, but I have a good time. I'm just looking for clues at the scene of the crime. Life's been good to me so far. My Maserati does 185. I lost my license
And now I don't drive.
I have a limo right in the back. I lock the doors in case I'm attacked. I'm making records, my fans, they can't wait. They write me letters, tell me I'm great. So I got me an office, gold records on the wall. Just leave a message, maybe I'll call. Lucky I'm sane after all I've been through. They say I'm cool, he's cool. I can't complain, but sometimes I still do. Life's been good to me so far.
Whoa.
I go to parties sometimes until 4. It's hard to leave when you can't find the door. It's tough to handle this fortune and fame. Everybody's so different, I haven't changed. They say I'm lazy, but it takes all my time. Oh yeah, I keep on going, guess I'll never know why. Life's been good to me so far.
Go back there, dog.
Yeah.
What's up, Bud Files? Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, chilling, a little music. Gotta love music in the morning. Wake and bake, everybody.
If I could save time
Yeah,
in a
bottle.
bottle, if
First thing that I'd like to do is to save every day till eternity passes away, just to spend them with you. If I could make days last forever, if words could make wishes come
Come
true,
true.
I'd save
Hey,
every
every
day
day.
like a treasure, and
Eternity.
then
What's up?
I would spend them
What's up?
with you. But there never
Not
seems
much.
to
Little
be enough time
coffee,
to do
big
what
fatty,
I wanna do.
smoking.
I
I'm alive. It's a beautiful fucking day.
looked around enough to know you're the
You're the
Right
one.
one,
on.
the one that goes
How
I'm
about
having
you?
I'm having a couple of myself. Cup of tea.
Nice.
No
I should have
coffee.
had. I should have had tea, man. I got a bunch of tea
Grim, we know. We told
from
us a
Grim.
thousand times.
Yeah.
had a
It's really
bottle
Yeah,
strong.
but yeah, but I haven't been drinking it.
Why not?
I
dreams
don't know.
that
I
would
forget.
never come true.
I do like tea better than coffee.
The
It's got more
bottles would be
caffeine.
empty
I
except
mean,
for
it's
the
just, it's
memory of
good.
how
Yeah, I like tea. You make a nice pot of tea, have a couple cups.
but there never seems to be enough time to do
Hippie, what's going on with your face?
what I
You're
want to.
melting.
Wait, what? Nothing's wrong.
Bro, your face is melting.
Enough to know you're the
That's what happens
one.
when you're as ugly as fucking sin. You melt the camera.
See what I mean?
My true colors are shining through, bro.
You're fucking melting.
My my persiflage is
Look
coming
at your
through.
picture. Look at your
I
picture.
kn- I know it's chroma. It's chroma. I'm doing that.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah,
with your
yeah,
stupid fucking programs.
yeah. You know how hippie is, bro. He's always fucking doing something weird. I don't know. I can't help it.
Fucking Denison's been live like crazy.
Could you help but
Yes, it's.
say
I
just
left last
how
night. He's been live ever since, I
even though
You
you're
believe.
think?
on the back
Well, no, I think he restarted. I think
Oh,
he
did
said
he?
that. I think so.
Hippie and
living in
Slow
LA,
starting a new show,
with
Mornings
my
with the
baby
Bros,
Rolex
right?
red and gray.
Richie, morning.
She said she knew well and sometimes hated.
Somebody's got to take up some space out there, Nikki, right? So it might as well be me and Slow. Little persiflage, for those of you. He's on panels. It's what he does, right? Yeah, I don't mind a little paneling. What else? What else is there to fucking do? Smoke, kill the pain, and fucking chitterbur. Chat with the peoples. I know. I was over at his panel this morning at 7 a.m. and some girl was calling me gay, I guess. Cool. What's wrong with gay? I mean,
Does
is
she
that
know that
all?
you? Does she not know that you're married?
People just think they know.
Well, you do act kind of gay, but
Well, that's true. But I kind of do that on purpose, right?
scare off the girls.
Yeah, keep everybody thinking. I mean, I don't know. And it's fun because most guys are fucking homophobic. Guys cringe when the gay shit comes out.
When I feel
I don't.
when I feel some guy staring at my balls, yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can't see your balls unless you want to show them to me. I might stare, just kind of wondering if yours is bigger than mine, but that's kind of like.
Oh, what happened, Nikki? Come tell us about it. What do you do now?
Oh, shit. Sorry to hear it, Nikki. Me and Dennison have parted ways. I think I've parted ways with everybody on YouTube at one point or another.
When did you didn't part ways with me?
No, not really. We kind of just slacked away from YouTube for a while and fell away, right? So it wasn't like we got mad at each other. But
No,
when I
I
think
was
about it,
trying.
I had a fight with Allie. I had a fight with Dennison.
What did you have a
Um,
thing with Ellie about?
I don't even remember, honestly. It was back in the Herb Freeman days, so
Oh,
I
I
can't
like
really
Ellie.
remember. Yeah, Ellie's awesome. I mean, we're
I
friends
like.
again.
I haven't
I
seen
don't.
her for a long time.
I had a falling out with Herb Freeman. I had a falling out with Gump. I had a falling out with Annie. I mean, pretty
You
much.
and I have never had a falling out, hippie.
No, you're right. Yeah,
The three of us here have
Even
never
when I
had a
wasn't,
falling out.
even
There
when
is
I
a
wasn't
bond.
coming to YouTube, I would hit you up on Facebook.
right. Yeah, I agree. Yep, you've always been a close to my heart person on these tubes. You know, Caucasian Sasquatch, Slow, Grim Reaper. Have always been people that I've communicated with on the sidelines if need be, you know?
Okay, let's get into it, Nikki.
I haven't had a falling out with many people, and when I do, it's usually pretty permanent. I'm not very. I forgive a few times, and then I get to my end. So last night I was on Den's panel hanging out with him, and it was just me and him, and he asked this girl Lindsay to come up. I don't know if you guys have seen her before.
I know Lindsay, but yep,
But
go ahead.
apparently, Lindsay did some really wild, crazy shit on another panel. Well, he asked her to come up to discuss a comment she had in his chat to do with our conversation. So when she got up, instead of doing that, did what she normally does and made the whole thing about her and the situation that she created somewhere else. So I tried to be supportive of her because I know Den likes her. And I mean, I'm not saying he has a crush on her or anything like that. I mean, like, he's friendly with
Yeah,
her.
no, she's a friend. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
I don't
get
want
it.
to imply anything more than what it is. He likes her as a
Right,
person and wanted her company on the panel with us. So I was trying to comfort her and trying to change the subject because you know me, I prefer not to gossip about other people. I'll talk about my
sure.
shit, but
So, s-
I'm not interested in what fucking happened at somebody else's panel that I don't even go to. So
That
I was
has
trying to
nothing to do
change
with
the
you.
subject over and over and she wouldn't go for it. Well, then she caught herself lying about the thing. She said one thing and then she said another. And I tried to call her out on it like we always do, all of us with liars, especially
Mhm.
Den. And he started gaslighting me, saying I was attacking her because she started crying about it.
Oh Jesus.
And then he tells me that I'm gaslighting him by telling the truth, saying I tried to change the subject and she wasn't down for it. And I didn't attack her. I called her out on her bullshit. It's funny when people tell him he's attacking someone for calling them out on their bullshit. He gets livid. That's
Right.
not what I'm doing. But when he did it to me, he told me I was gaslighting him when I said I tried to change the conversation and she wouldn't have it. And he goes, "You never tried to change the conversation. You went all in on her." Then 5 minutes later, he admits, "Well, yeah, you did spend 30 minutes trying to change the conversation." And then when I'm talking, he starts yelling over me and puts me backstage.
Wow.
What the hell? He put you backstage? Really?
He puts me backstage all the time. He lets Based Oracle time me out in his chat and laughs about it. Like, at this point, I've been a good friend to him, but I don't feel like he's being one to me.
Hmm. I would never let anybody time you out unless you were drunk or something and lost your cookies.
Oh no, he laughed about it, hippie. And I didn't
Wow.
even call Based out for timing me out. He was timing other
See
people out in the
that's
chat.
see that's exactly, Nikki, why everybody in my chat, unless you're new, has a moderator.
Oh no,
So nobody
he
can
didn't
do that shit,
he,
you know?
here's how it happened is I told him you have a mod down here abusing the wrench because he was timing out other people who didn't have mods in the chat. You know, Din's trying to build a channel and here he is just timing out random people for fun. So I told Den, hey, you need to deal with this. You know, this is a rogue mod. And instead of taking away Based's mod, he took away mine and Based started timing me out.
The hell? That's weird.
Now, I don't care that he took the mod because you know me, hippie, I never really
Right.
want one. But to
No, I
sit there
know, but
and laugh at the
yeah,
fact that the person who's abusing the power abused it against me after I told him about it, like, and I got over that. I forgave him and I'm back on his panel with him. And then he tells me I'm gaslighting him about this panel whore. And the thing about Lindsay is she's an attention whore. She fucking flashed her boobs at Cynthia. And according to some people, I don't know the details, she went a lot further backstage. She says it
yeah.
didn't happen. They say they have it on film. I
Uh,
really don't care. All
That's
I
why
cared
you.
about
That's why you
was that
don't
she
do
was
that shit on new YouTubes.
all I cared about was that she was ruining our conversation by making it about that. And I kept trying to get away from it. So when she wouldn't, I joined the conversation she wanted to have. And then she's like, I don't even want to talk about this anymore.
Oh,
Once
look at
she was
this.
caught in her lies, she's like, I don't want to talk about this. And then suddenly Jen's like telling me I'm attacking her.
Huh? Oh, this is weird. They got all kinds of new buttons and whistles and shit on StreamYard. What the
Oh, they
fuck?
updated it, huh? That's cool.
Oh yeah, well some new company bought it and they've definitely been. Now there's vertical mode. You can go live vertical in StreamYard, which is odd because you can only have 3 people on the screen. But definitely odd that you can just go live vertical in here. And
You know
now
what's
there's
weird?
like changing all the camera views and making everybody have circles, and it's definitely
You
different.
know what's weird, hippie?
Go
Is
ahead.
sometimes when I click the link, I can take it from Safari. But other times I ended up having to download the StreamYard app because other times it won't let me in StreamYard unless I sign into the app.
Yeah, yesterday was a problem. The link was bringing, because I won't go past 6 hours. Because what happens if YouTube doesn't like something on my stream and it's longer than 6 hours now, they won't allow you to modify it unless you download it yourself. So you can only use the AI for up to 6 hours to delete the song or whatever it is they don't like. So I kill streams at 6 hours on the money now so that I can save it when it gets fucked up. But yeah, I
I
forget
don't
what
know.
I was
Today's
even
a
going to
fucked up
talk
day
about.
for me, hippie. It's
Yeah, I'm
it's
sorry
my
about that
47th.
shit. I don't know.
Yeah, it's my 47th birthday, and it's the 2 year anniversary of my mom's death.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Yeah,
huh?
I'm sorry to
She
hear that.
died. She died on your birthday, or?
She took her own life on my birthday,
Oh wow.
Well, sorry to hear that, Nikki. Happy
and then they
birthday.
fucking resuscitated her against her DNR too.
Oh
It was
man.
What a
Yeah,
too
fucking
slow.
that's
that
a
sucks
common.
that your mom passed on your birthday. I mean, fuck, that's
Yeah,
a reminder for the rest of your
and then I
life.
had to spend the next 4 days in hospice watching the echo of the fucking. They put her on a respirator, and I had to watch for 4 days the echo die out because she wasn't breathing on her own, but the echo of
The
the
machine,
respirator was keeping her lungs going.
right?
Because we
The
had taken the
machine.
respirator off, but it leaves an echo behind.
So what happened with me when my brother got hit when I was a kid? You know, when I was babysitting, he got hit by a car and he went unconscious instantly, and he was basically brain dead. And after a week or so, they, doing all the tests and this and that, they told my mom his brain was 75% dead, that there was, you know, really no chance of him ever coming back, and that, she needed to think about making the decision to pull the plug, and God, can only imagine,
I've
being
had to
my
do it
mom and
twice,
having,
Hippie.
oh
I've had to do
God,
it
it's
twice. I had to
horrible.
do it with my second husband, and I had to do it with my mom.
Wow,
It's
I'm
different,
sorry.
different when it's a kid, though. Jeez.
That's the one thing I have not suffered, and I've told my kids, damn it, they cannot die before me.
Right? Right? Somebody called me selfish when I said that yesterday.
No,
Somebody
I
said,
mean it.
wouldn't you want your family not to suffer and to have them pass away first so they don't have to suffer?" Which kind of, I can't, say that he's
No, I
not
was I
wrong,
was
that
here for
that's
that,
true,
Hippie, and
but
I disagree entirely. I will be selfish.
yeah.
I'm okay with that. Both of I have lost both of my parents, all of my grandparents, four siblings, no, five siblings, and two husbands. I'm done with loss. It's
Right.
I get to go first this time. Damn it!
That's my family right there.
Yep.
That's all I got.
Yeah, I'm
That guy
kind of the
right there.
same. I mean, I have
What
my
are you
wife and
talking
my
about? You
son,
got a
but
house,
but I don't
full of
have any
people.
other family.
I
You
have
know what
my
I mean?
five kids, so I'm sorry, Slow, that you've lost everybody. It's hard, and I never met my father. I lost my stepdad. He raised me. I've never met my father, and I recently found my aunt by doing ancestry, but she won't reply to any of my messages on any of the social media I've found her on. But I found my
Wow.
dad's sister, so I went through her Facebook and I found pictures of her brothers, and I'm like, one of those men is my father.
I wonder
Wow.
why she won't reach back out to you.
What?
She's an older woman, and on Facebook it shows she hasn't seen my message. And the other one, she's on well, the other place I hit her up on was on the.
Well, she also might have said something to her brother, like, that somebody said something. And, truthfully, just like me, my dad didn't want anything to do with me at all, period. When my son was
She may not
one,
even know I
I,
exist and think I'm some crazy person looking for some family inheritance or something.
right, when my son was one, I finally found my dad. Strangely, he had moved out to the Cape. And so I took my son to his job and asked if I could see him. And so they brought me in his office and he came in. And he goes, "Why are you here?" I'm like, "Really?" I said, "I
That's
thought
what
you
he
might."
said to you.
I said, "I thought you might want to meet your grandson." You know. He's like, "What do you want? Money?" What the fucking piece of shit. I
See,
ended
that's
up
what
just.
I'm thinking is that
I'm
she's
walking
afraid.
away. You know.
I think that's
Did
what I'm
you
thinking is she's afraid that I think there's something owed to me or something. Do you know what I
Right.
mean? Like back
Yeah.
child support even because I haven't, because if you grow to an adult and your parent never paid child support to your other parent, you as an adult can sue them for that child support now.
you should
Really.
write that message. Say, I'm not looking for anything except just a hello and get to know who you are. That's it. I
Well, no,
don't
Yeah.
want.
that's what the message said, slow burner. I sent her a message, and here I can even read it to you. Let me grab it real quick.
That's horrible. How can people be so fucking cold,
Yeah.
man?
People are mean. Yeah.
I mean, you
Good
fucking.
morning. Sorry, I'm like in another world still. Good morning, slow burner.
Evidence
Love
that they're
and respect from
particularly
Prince
rich
Edward
either.
Island.
So,
I do solemnly swear to wield my wrench to the best of my ability.
so this is what I
Oh,
sent her. It says, "Hello, my name is Nikki. You don't know me. I recently did a DNA test at ancestry.com, which indicates you are either my sister or my aunt. Based on your age, I'm going to assume you are my aunt, and therefore one of your brothers is my father. I have 5 children who have never met their grandfather, and I have never met my father. I would really love to know if he is dead or alive and meet him if he is still around. Because 2 of the brothers on her Facebook pictures are dead. I found that information out.
oh wow.
And I put, I'm not looking for an instant family or even instant friends. I just want to know my history. I'm hoping you're willing to share what you know. Please contact me at your earliest convenience.
How long ago did you send that?
2 weeks. But she hasn't read it. And on Facebook, if you're not friends, Messenger kind of hides them. And she's an older woman, so she may not be able to find my messages.
So can you send her a friend request?
It won't let me. She's got a private account.
Yeah, a lot of people have that private shit, so you can't even send a friends request. That's so weird. Look what
So
Ohio Steve
you
says. I
got
think
her
I've heard him
name.
say this.
Can you
Good.
look her up? Maybe send her a letter?
So
Ooh.
that's the thing is I have a buddy who's like real tech savvy and he's been working on it for about 3 days now. And he told me probably take him about a week to get me an address. And that's exactly what I'm doing, Slow. I'm going to do the old fashioned letter.
Right?
Yeah.
Sometimes that's the best way, especially with an older person. But Steve says, I wish I could. I don't know what it's like to lose a kid, but I lost my daughter due to COVID, and I don't wish it on no one. Damn.
Well, then you do know what it's like to lose a kid, bro. Even if she was adult, she
Right,
was your kid. I'm so
right.
sorry for your loss.
Especially to that.
Yeah, I lost my brother and my stepfather who raised me to COVID.
Really? Wow.
Yeah,
I
they
knew
both
one
had
per.
they were both on dialysis. And
Okay.
so they were in that high risk
Yeah.
category.
Other illnesses. That's what my buddy, the guy that I grew up with, he had some other very rare disease, and he had lived with it since he was a kid, fine. But when COVID came along, it swallowed
You,
him up.
you know when I stopped riding motorcycles, hippie, for real, I say it was because my husband died, but really Shortly after my husband died, my dad got into a massive motorcycle accident. He was hit by a deer and he went into a coma. And he was like my mom, DNR, but his girlfriend at the time had him put on machines. And I was there with him when he woke up. And he blamed me because I was his only living relative that he believed could have put him on the machines. But they let his girlfriend claim to be his wife, and she put him on the machines. And when I told him that, she had me removed from the hospital. And they told my stepdad that I was the one who put him on the machines. And that's why he was on dialysis, because his kidneys failed while he was, uh, when he was dead and never came back. And so he spent the rest of his life on dialysis till COVID took him. And he hated me for it for
Jesus.
a while because he couldn't ride his motorcycles anymore. He couldn't smoke weed anymore. He couldn't do coke anymore. He couldn't drink
What?
anymore. He was like, I might as
Yeah.
well not be alive.
Steve, how are you, buddy? I mean,
And
bootlicker. Wow, I'm really fucking out of it, man. That was a good joint. I only smoked half of it. What's up, bootlicker? Welcome.
So, man,
Good morning.
so
Have
had I
some.
gotten there in time with my dad, I would have had to make that choice with him too, but they beat me to it.
Right. Well, I mean, it's hard to realize, but it's for the best, right? It's either that or we would
If
have
I had
spent
gotten there,
10.
Hippie, I would not have had them keep him on machines. But
Right.
by the time I got there, they already have you on them at that point, and there ain't fuck all you can do once they put you on them half the time.
Yeah.
At least with my mom, the doctors came in after she was resuscitated, and we sat down, and they were like, I don't even know why the nurse resuscitated her. She has her DNR. Everybody knows it. And there, even if she didn't have DNR, we already knew both her liver and her kidneys were failing after the liver resection. She had hepatocarcinoma, liver cancer. And so we already knew that if she could ever get out of the hospital, if she was going to be on dialysis the rest of her life, which she had refused to do already. And they're like,
yeah.
so I don't even know why the nurse resuscitated her anyway. It doesn't make any sense. I just think the nurse was still stuck. It was a little while after COVID. And I think the nurse was still stuck in COVID mode of let's try and save everybody.
Right. Well, and true, think of it when you lose a bunch of people. I mean, that's got to be traumatic. Being a nurse is tough as it is. But then when you just see people dying daily, man, that's got to. And especially
Well,
some people you might get attached to, strangely because they're nice or because they're
Well,
funny
and my
or
mom
because.
had been there in the hospital for over a month already. So she did
Right.
have relationships with the nurse. And the
Right.
nurse, the nurse who resuscitated her came to me and he was crying and he was upset and apologetic. And he says, I just went into automatic. Like, like we get a flat line, we
Right.
do resuscitation. That's just he was like, it was like he goes, I didn't even think about her
So
DNR
I
until we
wonder
already
how
had her
they
hooked up.
how they list a DNR. Like, is there a yellow slip on the clipboard that they
So
have? Like
every
DNR. Or
place I've been with my mom, she's had a DNR since I was
they
14 years
should.
old when they diagnosed her with the hepatitis C, back when they didn't have a cure for it. And they used to always have every hospital she's ever been in. I've been through a lot with my mom. She had several bouts with cancer. She had a lot of real serious illnesses, and they would
How did
always
she
put
get
this
the Hep C?
intravenous drug use. I was born
Yeah,
addicted to heroin.
yeah, my
We have a
dad too.
very similar story, Slow. The only difference is my mom didn't OD young, and so especially our youth growing up with addict parents is very similar before your mom died. I never got the foster care part of it is all.
Yeah,
But
sucked.
yeah, they usually put a bracelet on her that says DNR, just like they have allergy bracelets.
Ah, okay.
But for some
Brace.
reason, her DNR bracelet wasn't on her.
Uh,
And that it was kind of hard to get mad at them because she wasn't wearing her DNR bracelet. And I don't know if it was a mistake because they had recently changed out everything on her, including like her tags and stuff, because she'd been there a month and they have to do it so often to prevent infection because bacteria will build up in those plastic bracelets. And I think maybe a nurse just forgot to stick that one on her arm.
hmm. Interesting.
When I was a kid, it was literally the top thing on her. You know how they used to put a clipboard on the end of the bed
Yep.
because
Yeah,
they didn't use computers? Well, you would pick up that clipboard, and the very first thing you would see was her signed DNR.
That's what they had
Now,
when I was just in for surgery. The surgeon walked in, grabbed the clipboard, and fucking. I know that a lot of the nurses walk around with a computer on a table that as they go in to talk to you, they got that computer right with
That's
them.
for the medications, probably.
well, she was at Aurora Medical Center in Colorado, and their very high tech facility. Every room
Yeah,
has the computer in it. So
right.
all of her files were in the computer, but you'd have to select the DNR to see it in the computer. It doesn't just pop up on the screen right away. And one of the things that they agreed that they were going to implement was to program it in that if someone has a DNR, every time you open their file, the first thing that pops up is their DNR.
Funny that program picks up Jesus tattoo as a face and fucking distorts it. It's great. What a beautiful day again. I got no fucking wheels, damn it. What a great day for
Everybody
a
took
walk.
the cars and left you there stuck.
Yeah, the van something broke, and I just don't have any money until the weekend to pick up the part.
What happened to it?
Throttle cable snapped. Hippie was having a fucking temper tantrum and fucking stomped on the gas, and the fucking throttle cable went snap.
It's a
That's what you.
$40 part. It's not
Yeah,
expensive.
yeah, $34. Yeah,
Not expensive and not too difficult to replace either.
No,
yeah,
it's right at
yeah.
the
The
top.
the cover comes right off inside, and it's right there. So yeah, it shouldn't be too hard, thank God. But that's what I get for being a douche, and I am a douche. There's no doubt.
I hippie, just be glad you stomped your foot and broke it at a time when you were in control of the vehicle, because if it
Right?
broke, it was already weakened. And thank God it didn't happen while you were trying to go down the highway and nowhere to pull
Well,
over,
this is
and
the
all of a
funny
sudden
part.
you have no gas.
This is the funny part. It happened on the highway, Nikki, but it was about half a mile from the road that turns off the highway towards my house. So I managed to coast all the way there. And then once I get off on the side road, I realized if I put it in drive, it was idling just high enough where I could go 1 mile an hour. And I drove 2 miles with like at
So
one
you
mile
idled
an
it.
hour.
You got it
I
home
idled
on
it home.
idle. That's
Yeah.
fucking badass.
Yeah, it was just pure luck, man.
And the
Good thing
sucky
you
part
didn't
is
have
these
any
new
hills.
cars don't have carburetors, so you couldn't go in there and turn up the idle to give you a little bit more.
Yeah, I could have pulled the cover and grabbed the actual nubby on the throttle. It's throttle body, so it's kind of the old style fuel injected, which is kind of like a carburetor. But anyway, I could have done all that, but again, I was having a temper tantrum, so you know how that is.
At
What were
least
you
you made it
thinking of?
home.
Yep, yep. So, and it's not terrible, but
I remember when my engine blew on my Subaru. We were driving, me and the kids, and smoke started coming out from under the engine. So I pulled over. I was like, oh shit. And then the car just shut off. And it was in the middle of the summer, and it was 108 degrees down in the valley where we were, and we had no AC. And my partner at the time was working, driving to El Paso and back. So he was in frickin' El Paso. So I just left it there and had my daughter pick me up. And when he got home in the evening, we went down and towed it home with a tow chain. But it was scary as hell for me. Not, I'd had vehicles break down before. I've had a lot of accidents, but because I had my kids with me, like, like
yeah,
that
isn't
was the
that always
part
the
that,
way? That's like it could have broke down any day when you were driving, but it had to happen when you had your kids with you, right? It's just the laws of nature.
yeah, I mean, that was the thing that got me, was that it happened with my kids with me in it. So it made it more
So,
traumatic for me. They thought it was kind of cool and funny. It was exciting. It was an adventure to them. So at least they weren't traumatized by it.
so what are you gonna do to
I popped a
celebrate
head
today?
gasket in New York.
I'm going to the
No way.
casino to, what did you say, Slow?
Oh, I was saying I popped a head gasket in racing in New York. I was in
What
a
a
different
sweet miss.
country, blew my engine, and had to
What were
AAA
you
to the
doing?
border. I was racing.
Yeah, what the hell were you doing accepting a challenge to race when you're in a foreign country?
No, I went there to race. Like I was at a track.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking like street racing.
No, no, I was at a quarter-mile track, and so I had to get AAA to take it to the border, and then CAA took it the rest of the way home.
Wow. How much that
Yeah,
cost? Couple
it
grand.
was free. No, it was free, man. So I had a CAA. Well, here we call it CAA, Canadian. You guys call it AAA, but they're affiliated. So they just hooked up at the border and brought my
Wow.
car home for me. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I've always kept AAA as much as people will say, oh, you don't need it because you probably have roadside assistance on your auto
If you
insurance.
have
I'm
an
like, no, I
older
have
car,
always kept AAA.
if you have an older car, it's a smart thing to do for sure.
Like I've even used my AAA when my son's car broke down, and I just went and met him and said I was driving, and they towed it for me.
Yeah, as long as you're in the car, as long as you say you're in the car, then yeah, your
You're
membership
covered.
is
I love
yeah.
that shit. And you asked me what I'm doing today, hippie. So I told you my daughter took me for my nails, right? I got
Yeah.
my. Let's see if it won't let my camera come on. See, it probably wants me on the stupid app again. I was going to show you. I got my nails done. My daughter took me Sunday, and then today
Good idea.
I'm going to bingo at the casino. So my mom used to drive a bingo shuttle from my hometown to this casino here in Albuquerque every day. And one of my best friend's mom was her boss, and they also drove the shuttles. And we both, in the last 2 years, have lost our mother. Um, and so we decided that we were going to celebrate my birthday by playing high stakes bingo tonight at the casino.
High stakes bingo. What's it cost to buy a card?
So you get they play it on digitally now instead of paper. So you go in and you get, I think it's 12
Sorry.
cards per game for like $50. And that gets you all the games, 12 cards per game, except for the specials. You only get one of those. And some of the regular games pay out like $350 to $500. And like some of the specials can, because they're jackpots that build. Some of them can get as high as like 50,
Progressive.
60,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, progressive, that's the word. Some of them get as high as like 50, $60,000, the jackpots.
Wow.
Like the
That'd be
G ball,
nice.
I checked it is like $38,000 right now. So if the first G ball that's pulled, you have to get the bingo on that exact number ball. So say it's 49. You have to get your bingo on the 49th number to win the jackpot.
Right. Yeah,
So
it's
it
not easy, but
progressively,
it's
right? So it builds because it's not easy. But yeah, some of those
right.
jackpots are huge.
Everybody put out good vibes for Nikki's bingo tonight.
Hippie, if I win at bingo tonight, I'm sending you the money for your throttle cable. He walked away. I'll tell him later.
I think we might have to get a guy to come and do it too. He's too fucking lazy.
Nah, I think he likes being able to go walk with the dogs when everybody else is gone. I think he'll do it. Or
Definitely.
better yet, if he's smart, he'll make that fucking loafer ass kid of his do it for him.
Uh, he needs to make a little office outside where he can bring his computer outside and just watch the dogs run around outside.
Nah, he needs the exercise. He needs to go walk with them.
Oh
He
yeah,
really does.
exercise definitely.
I mean,
Yeah,
he's
exercise is definitely
healing
good
from
for
some
him.
pretty serious fucking surgeries. If you don't get good exercise, that's where you start going downhill. Once you
Yeah,
start laying up in the bed, you ain't getting out of it for long.
yeah, you seize up. Yeah, exactly.
Like when I had my hysterectomy, they kept telling me I needed to rest and lay down, and I'm like, fuck y'all, I'm gonna start walking.
That's when I started feeling better because I didn't see the physical therapist for a while because they wanted me to wait until
You healed a
uh
bit.
yeah, healed a bit. So then when I finally went, I had been, in a lot of pain and just kind of like shut down, you know what I mean? And the woman that I got was the head of the physical therapy place, and she was like so kind and sweet, and it started off with, she said, "Hey Pat, how you doing?" it started off with her saying, "Well, so what's your restrictions?" And I'm like, "Well, wait, what? You're asking me? Like, fuck, I can't
Aren't you
remember my
supposed to know
name."
that, lady?
Right. And she's like, "Well, they didn't tell you anything, like, at all?" I said, "No, not really. I mean, I got some paperwork, but it really didn't have restrictions or anything on it." And she's like, "Wow." And I kind of had felt like, although my surgeon is a nice guy, I know him well, he treats me very well, but it felt fast food, it was like just rush you in, rush you out. I never actually talked to him until the day of surgery. I'd gone for a few visits, and holy shit. Damn, do I got to turn that down. That scared the fuck out of me.
So, hippie, you missed it. I said, if I win at bingo tonight, I'm sending you your throttle cable.
Oh,
So I'll send you the
nice.
money so you can go get it.
Yeah, that's awesome. I hope you win. Yeah,
Well, if I win
that
tonight,
stuff's kind of
it's
fun. Like,
extra money. Do you know what I mean? I'm
right?
not
Yeah.
counting on winning. So if I win tonight, it's extra money. And in the past, like I'm only gonna spend maybe $50 tonight on the bingo. In the past on my birthday, I'd go spend a good 400 or 500 at the bar. So, this is gonna be a cheap birthday. Well, you know how it
Uh,
is once you start getting in your cups, you're like, yeah, let's get everybody around and it's my birthday. And then everybody's buying you drinks, so you want to buy one back for them. And
don't know. Guess what time it is? It's time for some weed. Too stoned, slow burner. Brooke, you just scared the hell out of me. You do that all the time. I gotta turn that down. My
What did she
God.
do?
Because I put some of them weird sounds in the server, and so when you type in exclamation point pot, uh, it does that thing. And pot, I hate that pot. I hate that pot with the woman dancing. But the fucking volume on that one is so loud, and it just kind of comes out of nowhere. It's like pot, like. I don't know. You didn't hear it? It didn't fucking sound super
I
loud on your
I
side?
it
didn't
didn't
hear
come
I
out
didn't
over
hear a
here.
thing. I
You're
didn't
the
hear a
only one
thing.
Really?
who heard it, hippie. It didn't come out on the
Oh, what
stream.
the hell? That's weird as fuck. That's
Sucker.
fucked up. I'm pissed. You didn't hear that one then, just now?
No,
No.
sir. When she did the mods one, nope, we can't hear
Yeah.
Leo's behind you.
Oh, damn
Is that
it.
what's eating Gilbert Grape when he burns his mom's house down?
It might be because everyone was saying it was Leonardo DiCaprio. So
It
you
is. It is.
probably,
That's what's
yeah.
eating Gilbert Grape. He had him
Yeah,
and
that was a great movie. I swear to God, that really was a good movie, wasn't it?
I
It
never
was
watched
great.
it.
You've never seen,
oh, dude, it was him and Johnny Depp was his
yeah.
big brother, and they had this mother who weighed like 900 pounds, and when she died, she died because the doctors couldn't get to her. They couldn't get her out of the house to take her to a hospital, and then they couldn't get her out of the house to bury her. They didn't know what the fuck they were going to do, so Johnny Depp burned the house around her.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, what?
such a good movie.
Yeah,
Leo DiCaprio's best performance ever. He plays a
yeah,
severely autistic person.
yeah. He's retarded or whatever, and it's so
It's
good.
very
It
severe
really
autism, and
is.
it's so fucking good. Leo, that is Leo's best performance ever. And I've watched everything with Johnny Depp in it.
The
That's
thing
why
is,
I
though,
watched it.
I gotta say, though, I remember watching it back when it came out, whenever that was, and it was such a great movie. And then kind of revisiting it recently and being like, wow, how did I think that was such a great movie? But it really, just the whole story, everything about it. You told me, Brooke? Damn, am I stoned, Brooke? I don't remember. Hippie is the worst with anything. Call me tomorrow. Yeah, I promise. Tomorrow never comes for hippie. I don't know.
So
I'm awful. Unless I write shit down and stick it on my fucking forehead, I fucking forget.
I don't know if you guys can hear it if my mic's picking it up, but I keep hearing this tink and then a roll over here, and my smile is getting bigger and bigger. So here in New Mexico, there's a traditional nut that we pick called piñon nut. I was telling you about it the other day,
Yeah,
hippie.
yeah.
Piñon nut, and it's a pine nut, and they only come every 7 or 8 years. They don't come every year. They don't produce nuts every year, and this year is the season. And there's a piñon tree that has branches hanging over my neighbor's shed, and the cones are starting to open. And I keep hearing clink and then a roll as the pinon nuts hit her roof and roll off. And I'm so excited
Yep.
because I'm going to go over there later today and pick those nuts.
Watch no cop shoots you.
Oh no, me and my neighbors are tight. I live in the
It's a
country.
joke.
I'm
It's a
watching her
joke.
house while she's out of town, so luckily.
It's a
Oh, the
joke. You know what?
acorn, the
The acorn.
acorn. Oh, I
Yes,
just
yes,
got it.
yes.
I'm so dumb. That is funny. That is so funny. It does sound exactly like the acorn, dude, because it's the same fucking thing. It's a tree nut hitting a metal roof.
I don't think that's how you spell it, Brooke. I forget how Nikki spelled it, but I don't think that's it.
She's spelling it
Pinon.
correctly. She's spelling it correctly, except for that middle N is something called an enye. And
It
it's
has a
got a
little
little
symbol on top.
squiggly line over the top of it. It kind of looks like like the that like half of the almost equals. Do you know what I mean? Like it's just a
Yeah.
little squiggly line over the top of the N. But you would pronounce it like it was spelled Pinyon.
So is
Pinyon.
it that one? I just put it. It's like a little squiggly line. Oh, no, wait, that's the. No, that
If
ain't
you
it either.
download, if you go to your keyboard and tell it to put both Spanish and
Yeah, that's
English,
it.
when you hold down the Enya pops up above it.
There you go. Brooks got it there, but I can't make that happen. I don't know. I don't know how you do that.
You have to set your
I
keyboard to do both Spanish and English in the
Oh,
settings,
okay.
and then you hold down the N button,
Yeah.
and the Enya appears above it, and you have to
So
select it.
basically, what you're saying is that Brooke is smart like you. That's all. Because
She probably just has the
I don't even
international
know how you
keyboard
change
set.
your. Oh, okay. There you go. That might be it all in itself too. Because I have a gaming keyboard, so like
Well,
I
but
don't know.
it's in
It's
the
not the
settings. You
same
can
as.
use any keyboard, but it's in the settings on your computer or on your tablet or phone, and you have to pick under keyboard. You have to pick the international one, and and a bunch of shit pops up, not just the Enya. Like if you hold down the N, there's ones with two dots over it that are like German or something, and there's one with like a
Yeah,
U
there's.
over it.
I'm looking at them right now. Which one is it? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different ones. Must be this one.
I kind of like the new circles. I thought they were lame before, but you know what's really cool about these smaller circles is that when someone porn bombs you, it's even smaller. I like it.
Yeah, I don't mind the circles. That's cool. That's new.
Yeah, that's new on StreamYard. I
What
mean, it
else
might
is
have
new?
been. You got the vertical mode. You got a bunch of different on-screen modes. Pretty interesting. Because a new
You get
company
any
bought
new?
it.
You get any new backgrounds or anything like that?
They don't give anything background other than they give you that like 30-second countdown, but that's been there since you were
Hey,
using
did
it.
you know Dennison has the cheap StreamYards, $10 a month? He has the little
Really?
StreamYard sign in the corner, like I was telling you.
Oh, really? Well,
Telling you,
what's
bro.
the?
That's what you got to get, man.
But you probably get limited amounts of things with like that.
10 people.
Yeah. But what about all the brand and all that stuff?
Everything else was the same for me.
Like you know how I have Any Song and Dirty Mike Song and all those
Yeah, you
songs
get all that.
AFA. You get all
You get
that?
all that.
I'm
Yes,
gonna have to
sir.
look. I'm just gonna start asking for people to help out once in a while. You know, people give $5 and a couple of people give $5. It just helps because I do spend that money and other money on this shit. You know what I mean? My son just gave me access to a full Chat GBT account that I might mess around with over here because you can
What?
link Chat GPT. You can link it to this server here, and the chat can like talk. Oh my god! I'm pissed you can't hear that because it's quite funny.
She's farting.
Yeah, it's a kid farting. Yeah, or it may not be a kid, but it's a person farting.
That's a picture of a kid. squeezing
Yeah,
like
it says
she's
something.
pushing one
It
out.
says some. Yeah, it says something about farting on the icon. Yeah, that's a meme or whatever. But I'm pissed that you guys can't hear that. I thought the whole fucking time. And Brooke says, "I told you, hippie." I know, I know. I'm fucking stupid. So, oh shit, here we go. It's a 30-second. Holy shit. Even when I know it's coming, it freaks me out. Look at that walk. Yeah, do you see me fucking bump, man? That shit's fucking.
Oh, we got to do this all day long, guys. It'll
I
shut
mean,
them up, man. Fuck.
what
One
would I
after the
do?
other.
I mean, I guess it's a good way to learn because what would I do if there was somebody out there just kept
Whoa,
fucking
where'd
hitting?
Nikki go? What happened?
She,
Nikki disappeared.
yeah, she drops a lot with her internet and shit. Hope she has a good day. I hope you win. Just
What
being
else?
out
What
there with
other words are there
people.
besides pot and fart?
Let me see. We got a whole bunch, but I stopped making them, and I'm glad now because slap is a good one. Canada, police, the purge, Purge. Uh, are you? Oh, I'm sorry, Nikki. What an asshole I am. What else do we got?
Yeah, you need to turn that click up a little louder, so because you never hear the basement.
No, I don't hear the basement. Look, there must be something shut off. It used to go ding, and
Yeah,
now
it's
it
supposed to
doesn't
give you a
do that.
little bell.
So
What else we
somehow
got?
I went down in the basement I was on Safari and it wouldn't even let me type in the chat anymore. I was in the basement, it said. So I switched over to the app because that's why I have a different icon here. Like I have a
Evo
I
different
just
use
went live. What's up?
I
avatar
use
here.
Chrome.
Chrome won't work on an iPhone. You have to use Safari, and then Safari sometimes works, but other times it either doesn't work or acts stupid. So I just ended up downloading the damn app. It was just
I hate
easier.
you, Brooke.
Oh, Chrome
I
doesn't
hate.
work on iPhone?
Not with StreamYards.
I didn't know that.
It gives you a link to copy and tells you to go over to Safari.
Gotcha. I have Samsung, so
And I just take that link and copy it into the StreamYard app instead now, because I finally figured out the StreamYard app, and actually it always works. Safari doesn't always work. So
I am considering buying an iPhone now. I'm thinking about it.
I'm going to
Nobody
tell
man.
you for me, I replace the other ones more than the iPhone, and not because of broken screen that everybody talks
You
about. I drop
bitch.
things. I have neuropathy, and I drop a lot. And my iPhone, the other stuff doesn't break. Like with the Samsung I used to have, I would drop it and like it would stop functioning. It would break components inside of it. And
I have
we've
two
dropped both
Samsungs
of
on
our
my lap.
iPhones in the river and everything. And Brian's iPhone got run over by a truck or two. It got dropped in the road while he was fixing a problem with his truck. And when he came back, it had been ran over at least once, probably more than. And all he had to do was replace the screen, and the thing works perfectly.
It didn't bend. The metal didn't bend.
It didn't bend. Well, it had a little bit of a it has like a little bit of a
Oh,
spot where it kind of pops out a little on the metal, but the phone functions
right.
perfect.
I gotta figure out how to connect that shit to the server. Damn it.
I got two Samsung phones right in my lap right now, and they both work great. I got a Samsung TV that works great. Well, I've always been happy with, except for these stupid earbuds that I got. They suck after. They don't last
Yeah,
long.
we bought a Samsung stove, and I'm not a big fan. We've had to replace parts on it already, and it's less than five
I
years
had
old.
I had a Samsung washer and dryer that someone gave me. It was a year old. They had already replaced something on it. He said, I was like, holy shit, dude, that's a fucking nice washer and dryer. It might be the nicest one I've ever seen. Shit, I had the thing 6 months, right? And both the washer and dryer, the dryer, the element went, so I replaced that. And then the washer, something in the pump went, I replaced that. A month later, some other part in the pump it went, and I'm like, what the fuck? So So I
Yeah, I
ended up
think we'd
just
had the
throwing them
stove
away.
maybe.
And I pulled out
We'd
the
had the
10-year-old fucking Maytags I had and fucking started using those because fuck all this
because
new
they still work.
technology. Yeah.
Our washer and dryer are Maytag, and they're a decade old. But the stove, within like 6 months, we had to replace the what's it called, thermostat.
Yep.
And then, like after about 8 months of washing it, the lettering that was on it that said Samsung washed off. The handles we've had to replace because they break when you're turning them after a while. Like I would not recommend Samsung products. It's just my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, electronics maybe, but definitely not. I don't know. I feel like everything, honestly, Nikki, is junk. I don't know. Like I
Me
get
and the
tons
mister
of
were
old
talking
shit from
about
the.
that.
I get tons of old shit from the dump that people just threw away because it didn't look good, and I'll
They don't
use it
allow
for
that
fucking
here.
5 years. It's like what the
What do you
Oh
fuck?
mean
yeah,
they don't
they have
allow that?
cameras on you. You're not allowed to pick at the dump here. They have cameras on you. You will be arrested if you continue. You'll be trespass first, and if you continue, you can be arrested.
Why?
You are not allowed to pick trash at the dump here at all. We have this huge
Well,
pile of perfectly usable lumber that people take, and you are not allowed to pick through it and take the good lumber out.
What's so? What are they doing with it?
So,
let me. God, God, Nikki.
so the reasoning behind it is liability. They have heavy machinery moving because they're moving and burying and transferring stuff because not everything goes to the same place. Not they're chipping the wood and stuff. So they've got a lot of heavy equipment out, and the liability of what if somebody's digging through the pile and they bury them.
Well, let me tell you how it works here. Is They have a place when you first come in the dump. It's called the Swap Shack. You do have to get approval to drop certain things like heavy stuff. They really don't allow. You know what I mean? Maybe an electric heater, some kind of things like that, where it might be bulky, but it's not super heavy. But a lot of
I should
just
write a
your
proposal for something like that at ours because that would
uh,
be,
well,
where you could put usable things.
Well, let me
They're
finish.
usable.
So there's everything household, pans, dishes. There are some electronics like boom boxes, things like that. A lot of cables and wires. Thousands of books, paperback, hardback. Just tons of stuff, electronic like plugs for your house and things like that. And it's all arranged nice. But here's the thing: it's all volunteer. So everybody that works in the Swap Shack area um, is a volunteer. And what they have is like a bunch of tables set up. You pull up in your car if you're trying to drop something at the swap shop. You show them what it is, and they decide whether you can bring it here or whether it should go off to the hopper. So it's pretty well set up. So
I should like
It,
write up a proposal to have something like that happen here because you can't. We go all the time to the dump lately because my mister's been doing side jobs around the mountain for our neighbors, like picking up trash on the trailer and hauling it for him, riding his mower through their field and shit. And
like
so we've
and the Met.
we've been down there a bunch, and you see so much usable, great stuff. Like the
Right.
other day, I saw
Yep.
an old-fashioned school desk in the pile. You know, the ones with like you could lift up the desktop, and there
oh
was like
yeah,
a little
yeah. You
thing
keep your books in there.
underneath. And
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
like, and I was like, oh, I would love to take that home and refurbish it and turn it into a decoration in my garden.
I love
But
I love that
they
stuff,
will
and then
literally ban you from the space and
really,
trespass you if you and it's private property because Waste Management owns it. The county and city
yeah,
don't.
it's the same thing here, waste management. But here's the deal with the metal pile. Most people would get yelled at. If I was down there picking, I know all those guys at the dump from filming, doing audits and stuff, and I went all through the town department, inside and out. They had they had an orange line flag up there. I had them take it down. I went to the town, and so I know all those guys really well. So they wouldn't even say a word to me. You know what I mean? Say hey hippie probably, but most people, yeah. And I get it. It can be dangerous when there's a huge pile of metal, and the truck a lot of times will push it back against the wall. So stuff is kind of conjoined. You know what I mean? But and it is a if something falls on somebody, somebody can sue the town for a ridiculous amount of money. So it makes sense, right? John Denicola, how are you, brother?
The
Morning,
other day I
John.
got all excited. Hey, John. The other day I got all excited because the mister went to haul some trash for somebody, and there was a bunch of usable stuff in it. So he came back home before going to the transfer station,
I
and
do that
there's
all the time.
a TV, a working TV. It's like bigger than my TV, and it has a remote, and it works. And I'm like, heck, we got a new TV. And I'm like all excited about this stuff that could have
Yeah.
been hauled to the dump.
See what?
And the guy was like an amateur radioist, and he had a bunch of old antenna pieces, and they work perfect as trellises in my garden. So I'm like super excited.
So what I get to do out here a lot in the fall is people will sell their house and they'll take all the shit they really kind of want, and then they'll leave a ton of shit, and that's got to either be taken out or go to the dump, right? So they'll pay you whatever it costs to bring all that shit to the dump. So, every time I do that, I get like new silverware, new glasses, new pans, probably some chairs and couches, you know what I mean? All kinds of good stuff. I love that shit.
The mister got a badass office chair from one of them. He went to haul trash for somebody, and
Um,
there was a bunch of usable stuff. And
Look,
he
right
got an
behind me.
office chair that like adjusts all kinds of ways for free.
That's what I got. I got mine at the dump, and it's in pretty good shape too, man. Less squeaky than my other one. Got all kinds of settings, like you say, up, down, back, fucking, yeah. So, Leeds,
So,
UK has been banned Palestine protests. Really?
yeah,
How can they do that? How can they
I don't
ban
know.
protesting something?
I don't
I
know.
mean,
But
I get that
there's a
these
video.
protests. You know what sucks is even like in America, you can get a legit protest that's trying to protest something legit, and then you get these people that come in and they get violent and ruin it for the people that maybe were trying to, do a legit fucking cause. And I don't know. I don't really know all this shit about Palestine. People would probably get mad that I say that, but I really don't pay much attention.
Do
I
you remember
can't,
Hippie? I
you
told you
know.
that I was starting a junior coven for my girls.
Yeah.
So we had our meeting yesterday, and one of the mothers is a member of Jews for Peace.
Hmm.
And she believes that there's a peaceful two-state solution for that issue, right? And I didn't want to get into like politics or anything with these other parents, but she decided to start talking about her Jews for Peace stuff because it related to the conversation. She was talking about how people interact, and it was happening there too, you know?
Mhm.
And so after the whole thing, I kind of pulled her aside and I asked her, what does that mean, Jews for Peace? And she said, well, just like, here in America, we don't necessarily support what our government does in other countries. She says, well, there's a lot of us Jews who don't support what's happening in Palestine. And I was like shocked because I was under the impression that it was, that those people of the Israelites wanted a one state solution only, that there weren't people. They don't present that much in the media that there are actually people in in both communities who want a two-state peaceful solution.
Well, listen, but
They
you
always
know
think
as
both
well
of
as
them
I
just
do
want to
that
kill each other.
they've been fighting this fight for, forever. So I don't really know that there is a solution. People just don't. I don't know. No one wants to give up anything, right? So it's just not going to change until something really bad happens, right?
Do you know how you know you got a good compromise and justice was served, Hippie?
Go ahead.
You know that when both people walk away from the table feeling like they lost.
Right.
Anybody feels like they won and you did not get a compromise.
John Denicola says a violinist was attacked the other day in Australia by Palestinian protesters. Brooke says change terrifies people. Mando,
They're
I agree with
fucking
that.
burning. They're burning Jewish churches here in Toronto. They're burning Jewish school buses.
No,
And
sir. Really?
yeah, yeah.
How
They're
come
burning
none of that?
synagogues.
How come that doesn't go into the news? I don't get it.
Yeah. Yeah, they're burning the shit down over here. It's fucking crazy. They go into the Jewish neighborhoods, the Palestine, and they protest right in the neighborhood of their neighbor, right in the Jewish neighborhoods. Because here in Toronto, we have all different, like everyone has their own, like Italians have their own, Chinese have their own, everyone, Portuguese, everyone has their own little fucking place in the city where they migrate to.
That's
And
how it is in America too, Slow. You know that though. You've been to New York, the boroughs.
yeah, yeah,
It's as much as we say it's a melting pot. There is some crossover. You do get some,
Oh, look at this.
crossbreeding even, but they mostly everybody sticks to their own for the most part.
How about this one, slow burner? 3 days ago, a Toronto man is facing charges of terror in both Canada and the United States. He was busted in New York City. SWAT team and shit. Looked like he had a
yeah, I read
terror
that.
plot.
We had another father son team just busted not too long ago over here. They were going to kill a bunch of people. It's fucked
Jewish
up.
National Post, I guess that would be yours because I just searched Canada. It says Jewish owned grocery store hit by suspected anti Semitic arson. Wow, Toronto's getting burned down.
I have a
Police
problem
seek
with them
Yeah.
pers-
using that word anti-Semitic so much because the Palestinians are Semitic people too. Like
Toronto
that
police
has
are searching for a motorcycle rider wanted in connection with two suspected hate motivated mischief offenses in synagogues overnight on Sunday.
Oh, it's
Tor-
going crazy over here.
Toronto Sun
it is in the news, hippie.
cops investigating gunshot at a Lewis school at a Jewish school girls in York. North York was
Yeah,
struck by a bullet early in the morning, police were called.
yeah, they're attacking the Jews big time over here, big time.
Weird.
Yeah, they're not safe. I don't blame them. They don't. I'm sure they don't feel safe.
Oh, his headline for Nikki: Anti-Semitic incidents have Jewish committee on edge. There's that word. It's another one. Top vile anti-Semitic police investigating news. Toronto.
It's ironic. It's ironic because the people pulling off these attacks are also Semites. Like, how can it be anti-Semitic when Semites are doing it? That's like saying black on black crime is racist.
Oh, look at this. This is interesting. Uh, so far, 56% of reported hate crimes in 2024 have targeted Jewish people. Toronto police say. That's incredible.
Yeah, man, it's fucking dangerous to be a
Well,
open
there's
Jew.
a
They,
lot of Palestinians up there. Sweetleaf's up there, and she's Palestinian.
she's not in the city, but yeah, there's a lot
Right.
of
She's
yeah,
also
there's a
not
lot here.
protesting and doing wild, crazy, violent stuff. She's not like
Right?
So it
No,
says
but yeah, oh yeah, every
so,
Saturday there's a protest, and it gets big.
so
Yeah,
listen
you
to
guys have a
this.
lot of Palestinian refugees. You guys took in a lot of them at the beginning of the war, way back
We
40,
have
50 years
we
ago.
have a lot of everything, Nikki,
So
everything.
it
Like
says
You
so
guys
Indians
it
take
says
here,
a lot of you guys take a lot more refugees than we do. I mean legally.
it
I mean
like
we get
here,
plenty of them illegally,
Indians.
but
We are fucking filled to the brim with Indians. It is crazy. Everywhere you look,
so
there's Indians.
so
Now they're
look at
pooping on our beaches and everything. Like they're acting like they're back home. Like we don't have fucking public toilets. It's
so it says
horrible.
here it
Imagine,
says here good good.
imagine sitting on the beach and sitting there watching some old man pooping his fucking on the beach and cover it up in the sand. Like, that's not the way we live. Like that's not. Don't do that. And the whistleblower that fucking Google that story, hippie. That's crazy. They are going after this girl. Even the cops came to her door. Politicians are fucking calling her out. She was the whistleblower because she's seen it happening. She says, "I
I
can't
was
let my
just
kids." And it's one of the It's one of the main beaches here in Ontario too. It's called Wasaga Beach. It's a beautiful. It's the longest freshwater beach in the world, and it's beautiful. And these
That was
fucking
scary as
Indians.
fuck, guys.
What
That's
happened?
88.
I'm sitting here on my porch, looking out towards my gate, and I watched the handle lift and the gate came open while you guys were talking.
What the hell?
Wow. You have a visitor.
Right? It says here
Probably my
84,
mom.
84
Coming
hate
to say happy
crimes.
birthday.
Yep.
Oh shit!
Give her a hug.
Right? Give her a hug.
She knows I love her. I still talk to her every day.
342 occurrences of hate graffiti. 84 assaults.
We had the same thing like you guys had in Kentucky. The guy going up and down the highway shooting. One guy last night on the highway here shot a girl in a car.
Really? On the highway?
Yeah, fucking nuts, man.
So
See, they
my
don't get any
question
time.
is,
They go to court and they get let out. They're not locking people up.
my question
Go
is
ahead.
though, where is all of this coming from? Like, I know that each of them have their own individual reasons to hate or whatever. Is it just that there's so many people, there's bound to be a percentage of absolutely insane people? Or is it, I mean, is it because we all of us got rid of our mental institutions thinking they were abusive and so now those people are out loose in society? Like, why?
I think
What's
you're
the
right on the
cause of
money right
so
there.
much of this shit?
We got rid of our mental institutions and we need them back because these people are
I
fucking
agree.
mental.
They don't belong out here with us. I'm sorry if they were abused or will be abused. They're abusing all of society, which is worse.
I agree with that 100%. We don't
And
have the
then
mental institutions anymore.
mental health would solve a lot of the gun crime, but unfortunately, our government thinks we're not worth spending the money on
Actually, here's
mental
the
health
thing,
care.
Rippy. They haven't stopped spending. They're spending even more. But what they're doing now, at least they did it here. I live in a town, grew up in a town where the state hospital was located, the state mental institution, before it was disbanded. Um, the only operational wing there anymore is the forensic one, which means they were criminally insane. Was, they got off on being criminally insane for heinous crimes. But they what they do is they put them in these like halfway houses type thing. They pay somebody to make sure they get their meds and make sure they have a place to sleep and stuff. But these people will report that the people under their care are checking in every night and getting their meds, even though they aren't, because that's the only way they get paid. And they won't even let some of them in the house because they haven't had their meds in 5 days. So they're wandering our streets, pulling their hair and having paranoid delusions.
Right?
Horrible, isn't it? It's fucking horrible.
And the state is
Yeah.
paying for that person to be cared for by a supposed professional who's taking advantage of the system.
And
And they
the
do it a
funny
lot
the
here.
fu- and the funny thing is, government is supposed to be to protect us, right? But a lot of the
Well,
protections
look at
they
what
take
they
away
do.
from us.
Look at what they do when they get audited by the auditors. They fucking cry
Yeah.
and they call the police and they fucking.
You also
They know they're
recognize that
doing wrong.
most of the shit isn't even done by government anymore. The biggest problem in the United States is we don't even have a roads department that does our roads. It's all contracted out to private companies that are trying to make a profit. So they're going to cut corners. Like that's everybody
Yeah.
says private makes it better. If you do private, there'll be competition and it'll be better. But with government contracts, there's not much competition. Those are very much
So
done
out
on a
here,
budget
It's
basis.
just
a bunch of our major highways were done with shitty not concrete, pavement tar,
asphalt.
and apparently they use like a different grade instead of the actual grade they were supposed to. Most of us wouldn't know the difference, but
It
apparently
falls apart.
that's a filler and it falls apart. You have to put the good shit on top of it, and there was no oversight as to what was going on. So people just taking people's word, or people just not caring, or people get paid off or something. But yeah, the company got caught, and then they sued the company for a shitload of money, and So now
Well, at
they've been
least they
redoing
should.
all the highways and shit. They've been grinding it all up, and
But here,
Same
like
as like
here,
the
we have.
insurance companies when you get in an accident, the company that's fixing your car, they fucking scam the insurance company to all until no end,
yeah.
and they
Brooke says
that's
they
what
used to
raises the
say
price.
that PEI was 20 years behind the rest of the world. Unfortunately, they were right, up to date nowadays. You mean the highways and bridges and shit? I think since
You
we
should see
passed the weed. Go ahead.
The Indian problem they're having where she's from. It's just as
Yeah.
bad as here. Like all Canada. It's bad, man. Like
Really?
there are so yeah, they
Doesn't
come
she
over to
live
go
out
to
where Jason
school.
does on the island and shit? And
Yeah,
they're over there
in the
too?
middle of nowhere. Yeah. Oh, they're overpopulated there. They're like they can't even fuck. It's crazy. And
They
now they
have
come
to.
over here to go to school, and now they're saying you got to let us stay
Wait, John,
to join the workforce.
they're redoing the tunnel? Wait, what? Didn't they just finish the tunnel? Wow, our fucking state is whack.
Well, I live right off of I-40. We call it Route 66 here. You know, everybody
Yep,
knows I-40 in the United
sure.
States. So we live right off of I-40, and the state did some repairs recently. And when they did it, the company put the rumble strip on the wrong side of the white line. Or, you know how they put that rumble strip now for truckers
Yeah,
to wake them
sure.
up?
Yep,
They put
yep.
it on the wrong side, so even if you're driving properly, you're running over the damn rumble strip.
You go
Oh
past the
my.
white line.
You
Yeah.
Wow.
don't have to go
Whoops.
past the white line. It's on the inside of it. They did it wrong.
Right.
And
Usually it's on the
Oh, it
other
should
side of the
be.
line,
instead
right?
of making
And
them just fix
No,
it,
it's
they took money from another project and paid them to come back and redo it. So, or they paid another company to come redo it. So it's like fucked up. It's all these private companies are making huge profits off of government dollars.
wow.
huge, and not doing the job
Tiles
right.
is still falling? Really? Well,
Well, it's kind of like our philosophy in the Middle East,
Jesus.
especially Iran, Iraq, and Afghanistan. We bomb it, and then under Geneva Convention, we're required by law to go in and fix it. So we pay American construction companies to go in and fix it. And before they can even spend the money to fix it, we bomb it again. And then we pay them again to repair it, even though they never repaired it the first time.
Tax dollars, Pat Burke says, hard at work, right? They put the mumble strip on the road, not the side of the road, is what she's saying. Yeah.
Exactly, Gina Copeland. Yeah.
Yeah. So for where I am, it's the line and then like 6-inch space and then the thing. And what they do that for is so when you pass that line, like she said, it wakes up the trucker. Oh shit, because it makes a pretty rattly noise. But
It's to
I've
prevent sleep.
Makes your car
It's to
vibrate.
prevent
Yeah.
sleep accidents, and it is awesome. But they literally put it in the road. Like the guy was dyslexic or something who ran the machine that day.
right?
Yeah,
Well, it's probably
not
all
getting the
digital
fucking.
too, So they just punch in fucking blah blah blah, and he probably just fucking hit the wrong button because I can't imagine it was not digitally done somehow. Everything is
Yeah, I don't
fucking
know how they fucked it up, but it just
AI.
pisses me off because
They're
they
using
put up
some
these
old
project
machine, man. What are you
signs
talking about?
and it tells you how much it cost and where the funding is coming from, what bill the funding is from, and how much it costs. They put these signs up on the road. And when they initially did the construction, it was one construction company was doing it under this project for this much money. And now that they're doing it again to fix the problem, it's a different project, a different construction company, and more money.
Well, like Pat says, everybody's making money on it, so tax
But then they
dollars,
blame the government when it's the private business who's really ripping us off.
Well, or the government agency who first gives the bid to. See, I worked in that kind of business for 10 years with the government. They call it prevailing wage here, and what prevailing wage is it's against the unions. So for a long time, the unions were the only thing that bid on government work, so they could set the price. So then they invented what prevailing wage was to counter bid against the unions. And so I did that for 10 years, and I see how that whole setup works is that, whoever puts in the lowest bid wins the contract, but they also have to have a bond which equals the price of the job that they win. So if the government decides somewhere along the way that something's fucked up, they can stop them from working, take that bid, that bond, and so it's all kind of a game, honestly. So say I take the job and I fuck it up according to somebody, and now you take the job, Nikki. Nobody's really losing because it's tax dollars. Probably someone in government is making out on the continuing switching it over.
Well, there's that, and then um, where I live is a right to work state, they call it, which is a fucking stupid misnomer too. Like anti-Semitic, you know. They call it a right to work state, and so they wiped out 90% of the unions here. And even the trades unions here have a hard time finding work because you don't have to hire union workers. Like it's awful.
Brooke says, just trying to order a coffee at Tim Hortons. They might get it right the 6 times the charm.
You won't
Thank you. Come again.
see, like that's the problem. Like Jason's kids, they
Yeah,
can't get a part. They can't get a part-time job in that fucking town. They can't. You can't go get a job at Tim Hortons or something for the summer and something like that because they're all fucking taken by all these fucking Indians. It's crazy.
really.
Yeah,
You
so
sound
these kids
you
won't
sound you
have
sound
no
like
chance.
you sound like you hate them a little bit the way you say that.
I
So,
don't
He
hate them.
doesn't
I
hate
hate what
them. He
they're.
hates yeah, there you go. Sorry.
I hate the system that's letting it happen,
right.
and
So that was
they're
going to be my
taking
next question.
advantage. They are
Uh,
taking advantage, and they know they're taking advantage. Even
my next
Indian people that have been here for a long time are saying this is out of control.
my next question was going to be: are they there legally?
No,
So that so
but
they
they're
don't
here
like.
legally, but they don't have the right to stay. But they're demanding that the government lets
All
them
right. So
stay.
that,
And
so they come in with a visa, and it's supposed to be a work visa for 6 months, and
no,
then they
a
just
school
don't go.
visa. They come
Oh,
here.
okay.
Everyone's coming here for school to
Yep.
learn, and
Sure.
then yeah, they don't want to go home.
Gotcha.
So like Melania Trump, everybody's overstaying their visas.
Yeah.
And that's not
Davis
Okay,
even
but
fair.
she's looked after. She's not a burden on the system.
Well, she could have been, but currently she isn't. She got lucky, but she literally overstayed a work visa here in the States for modeling and refused to go back.
Every state has a Davis Bacon prevailing wage, and they're all different
I'm
wage.
I'm
Huh.
okay with it as long as you're not a burden on the system. Like if you're out there and you're working and you're making your way, then
Well,
sure, you know,
I
that's
think
all the
the
what your
best
thing.
to you.
problem with it is, slow
Our
burner, from my
population is
perspective.
pretty small.
From my perspective, I think what your problem with it is there's not enough resources to support the local economy already, and they're coming in, and the
Exactly.
drain
It's
on the
not just the
resources
resources;
is
it's
too much.
housing. We're having a huge mass problem with
That's
housing
part of
here.
resources. Housing is a
Yeah,
resource.
housing and
Electricity is a
jobs. That's what we
resource.
need,
Food is
they're
a
and they're
resource.
coming here.
Jobs is a resource. All of those things are the resources of the area that the local people sustain themselves on. And when you put in a large influx of an outside population, they're going to put a strain on the resources no matter what. New York's finding that out after bitching about Texas and New Mexico and other states that have been border countries wanting to stop immigration. When we started shipping the immigrants up there, now they're finding out what happens to the local resource pool when you add more people to draw
Well,
from
like
it.
John Denicola says, Boston kind of doing the same thing. We're bringing bunches into Massachusetts and giving them money and putting them in our schools, and that's costing a lot of money. And the problem is most of these towns and counties are already stressed for money. I mean, the one bonus I think a lot of us have had these states and counties. I mean, these counties is no snow, so they haven't had to pay for huge plowing bills. You know what I mean? But so I feel like it puts a huge strain on everything, and maybe I think my guess is that the bottom line is the county or the the town that's taking them in gets a grant from the government by
And hey,
supporting.
you know what the stupid part is about that is if they don't use that winter plowing fund right before a certain date, like for the following year,
That budget will go
they
down
won't
next year.
receive the same amount; they'll receive less.
Yeah, that budget will go down for next year. So that's why they try and use the whole budget,
which is which
even
is
if
sca-
it's
which is scary for us over here because
Yeah,
we haven't had snow in 3 years. Means there's probably a zero budget. But the crazy part is out here in the ocean. I mean, we can get snow and there's nothing on the radar, just ocean effect. So yeah, we could, and I suspect we're going to get smashed one of these years. How many years can we go without snow unless literally, a lot of people like what's her name from Myron's channel? She says, the poles shifted, so the north and south pole shifted a little bit, and that turned the weather pattern. Which, if you look at the weather pattern that comes across America, it always goes from the west to the east,
They
and
reported on it, Hippie. Go back and watch all the reporting on
yeah,
Fukushima, and they literally reported on the fact that after Fukushima, there was a visible shift. There's always shifts in the poles, by the way,
yeah.
but there was a visible shift that should have taken millennium to occur right after Fukushima.
Hotels putting up immigrants are becoming wealthy on taxpayer expense, right? Yeah, they're getting bonuses and stuff, and they're getting their motel filled permanently because they're got the housing, and then those places are turning into tar pits of just mass fucking yuck.
cesspools.
And
Yeah.
I don't mean that all immigrants are bad, but for some reason those areas tend to be, like Hyannis, Cape Cod. It's a small little town. It's a beautiful place, and it's become a place where people get shot and stabbed on a regular basis, like every week. And that shit never happened when I was a kid. You know what I mean? When I was a kid, people pulled knives, but nothing ever happened, and the cops might come, and it was, but now people are literally getting shot and stabbed on a regular. It's turning into a cesspool up there. And, everybody that you would talk to will say the same thing. The fucking immigrants out there are, I don't know,
too much video games, too many movies, too much realistic stuff. That's why they're blurring it
drugs,
all out on YouTube now.
Too much time on their hands. That's the problem.
That too.
drugs. I think drugs is really the number one fucking.
I think it all comes back to the resources thing. So Hippie, you said you're worried that there would be a zero budget for plowing, but but Slow and Danny touched on something that the fact is they will have been spending that budget even though there's not snow. They will be finding ways to make improvements on equipment, give people bonuses, whatever to spend that budget so that the budget stays there so they keep their jobs. So you still
Right.
have that budget there. It's just being wasted
So the
because
town
if
just,
they don't
like,
waste it, they won't get it when they need it.
the town paid all the town guys in the DPW to weld all the plows and do all this stuff, supposedly, and that gobbled up the budget. So that we,
Exactly, that's
yeah,
the
all right.
idea. And
The
and
big
the
boss
same
got a
thing,
bonus because he ran the greatest snow plowing of the season, only it never fucking snowed. And the
wow.
truth is, they're out there plowing when it's 1 inch of snow because they're just trying to,
And they
you
all
know
got
what
a
I mean?
safety bonus because there were no accidents or injuries.
Well,
Right?
yeah. Hey, when you get 1 inch of snow over there, it's like a blizzard here.
What's this? Brooke says they staged a big hunger strike at the Providence House in Charlestown, PEI, because their time, which they agreed to, was up. Now we're supposed to cry for them.
Yeah, they're demanding that they stay. Like they're
Yeah.
protesting. It's crazy.
If they want to stay that bad, they should go through the legal routes, start applying and stuff.
Well,
They can
that's the
get an
thing.
extension. I heard this. Okay, well, once their visa thing or whatever is expired, they can apply for a 90-day extension. Okay, and then after that 90 days is over, there's I forget. There's like 2 or 3 times there they can apply for extensions and stuff, and they
And that,
usually end up getting them.
well, that's the thing. I'm not okay with people that are going to come here and do the right thing. You know what I mean? And truth is,
But
we
these
have.
people aren't trying to conform. That's the problem.
Yeah,
They're just doing their own fucking thing.
yeah,
Like they were back in India.
yeah.
Like
Like
they
shitting on
still
the
they don't
beach.
try and speak
It's
English.
weird
They
that you.
fucking
It's weird because here, every local store in my town is owned, except for Cumberland Farms, which is a conglomerate, which is pretty much Jamaicans. Because, like I say, we're all the workforce here is shipped in from other countries. Provincetown, it's a lot of Russians. Most of the Cape throughout is a lot of Jamaicans. But the Indians own all of the convenience stores. And I got to tell you, these guys where I live are the fucking nicest people ever. I mean, they're just so kind. And maybe they would stab me in the back if I was in their country walking down that street. But here in America, they treat you with such respect. It's incredible, you know?
Well,
Yeah.
hippie,
Well,
hippie, imagine like what I've got going on here is the same as I imagine what I've got going on here is the same as what Slow's talking about. Here in the southern states, and Mexicans aren't bad people. I don't hate Mexico, but when they come here, they bring with them what they do there. Like they set up illegal taco stands. And I know we're
Right.
all against government and taxes and shit, but when you start undermining the system like that, the system fails everyone, you know? And
Yeah.
what you start seeing is you start seeing that they leave their trash. They set up these illegal taco stands and they leave trash. The place is trashed when they leave. And they set it up on private property without permission, without paying for it. They just
and
walk
and they're
up,
not using you know the
good
food that
broke.
everybody
Yeah.
else has to pay, that's approved, blah 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 blah. Like my wife got really sick when we were kids. We went to the fair. My buddy Andy and my wife ate some pork sandwiches, and I had something different. They both got terribly sick. My wife ended up with 106 temperature, and she was shitting blood, and I thought she was gonna die because the food wasn't cooked enough. You know what I mean? So it had salmonella or whatever. Now she has irritable bowel syndrome from it.
Well, and
Systems
they also
fail
have to keep them
everyone
at a
always.
certain temperature. But and I mean, even regular restaurants fail inspections. But the idea is these people don't just not get the right permits and stuff. They leave the place trashed on private property as if it's someone else's problem to clean up after them. And it's because that's how they do it there. And I'm not saying it's right or wrong that they do it that way there, but the problem is they bring that with them. They say want to leave it behind, but then they get here and they bring it with us them so that we have to live in what they left behind.
Well, Pat's got a good question here, and I kind of feel like I have an answer, but it doesn't apply to all. But he says, "Why do I have to pay for medical and motels and food for immigrants that illegally enter this country?"
because everyone wants their home, their truck in the driveway, and be safe. And no one's stepping up to do the right. Not enough people are stepping up to do the right thing.
Well, I
You
mean,
know?
that's kind of what I'm saying is that yeah, I mean, if you didn't help these people, then what? Then they're going to
Help!
be
Hey,
doing
help! Listen to this, man. Just about every single one that I see driving by. Do you know what kind of vehicles are driving, hippie?
uh,
Mercedes,
Mercedes. Yeah,
BMWs,
how are they
Audis,
getting them?
all these ritzy
They're
cars there.
living with 12, 15 people in a fucking two
Oh,
bedroom apartment.
yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen that in England. That's a big thing with the Indians is that they'll have like a guy living in a closet, literally, but he's completely happy and he's paying top
That's
dollar.
exactly what. That's
And
exactly what they're doing here, bro.
the crazy thing is the homeowner is renting the house to one guy who's then subletting to these 13 people, and they're destroying beautiful homes and the cops can't get them out, and they show all
Exactly.
the
That's
people
happening
showing up
here.
trying to get them out, and it's a big deal.
Well,
And
look at Aurora. MLH has been talking about it and filming it. Look at Aurora, where a gang literally took over the whole place and threw everybody out of an apartment complex.
Mm.
And the owners can't get them out. The police won't do anything about it.
really, the
MLH has been
police?
covering it.
Wow, I haven't heard anything about this. No.
Well,
Hey,
Gorilla guy, what's his name? Gorilla Publishing or whatever.
Go ahead.
He went there and kind of defunct that.
mm,
Truthfully, systems only serve the system. Wow, good comment.
People
Kevin!
there.
Hey, I
People are
went for a
saying that
drive to
that
the
didn't
beach
happen.
there a few weekends ago. Okay, it was just starting to get dark. Do you know what I noticed? A bunch. I mean, a bunch. Okay, in different bunches. Immigrants. Okay, showing up at the beach pretty much after hours. After it got dark, like why are they all? You know what I mean? Like they,
Pooping
it's
with some
crazy.
privacy.
Yeah, they don't have to pitch the tent, right?
Oh man, too funny. Oh, they're pooping. I mean, I don't know.
It's a
Imagine
true
you
thing,
Okay,
come.
so
bro.
so
It's
what
a
are you
big
Imagine.
saying
deal
that?
over here right now.
So they just don't have any I don't know what the word is. They're not embarrassed to just take a shit right there. Is
What
that
Yeah,
they do is
they
basically?
usually
they
have
put
a
a
tent with
tent.
an open bottom, and they'll dig a
Yeah, they
hole
put
in.
a tent up. He goes in the tent and he shits in the sand. He covers it and he comes out of the tent.
Yeah.
Goes in the water, washes his hand.
So a lot of the beaches are going to be banning like tents, like covers or whatever, because of that reason.
Isn't that fucking disgusting, bro? Can
Yeah,
you imagine?
imagine you go there with your kid. You know what I mean? They want to build a sandcastle. The little kid starts to dig up the
But the
sand. Next thing
girl,
you know, their both hands
but
are just plastered.
the girl who whistle blew, like she's getting going through a lot of fucking bullshit. She was on Rebel News and everything,
Yeah, I
Oh
know. Yeah.
shit.
but
So here's
the police went to her door. It's crazy.
here's some news. I'm just looking. One killed near Moscow as more than 140 drones targeted Russia. Uh,
They
Highly
were
likely
crisis acting.
Israeli soldier killed a U.S. citizen in the West Bank. That ain't good. Israel killed one of us. That's ouch. Tropical
What do you
storm
mean?
Francine likely to become a hurricane before Louisiana landfall. Watch yourself, Caucasian Sasquatch. That could go anywhere. Congress to grill Andrew Cuomo on 2020 order linked to nursing home deaths.
Gonna
Oh.
come right up the Atlantic and hit you guys, hippie.
Oh, that would be. I wouldn't be sad. I mean, listen. I built my garage. I glued every piece of plywood on the exterior of that garage from the foundation up. So,
Made
and
sure that one didn't come up.
I've got a mud room that is between the underneath the house and the garage, which is a bunker. So,
Yeah, yeah.
literally, I'm ready. And honestly, I feel like it increases the economy when we get smashed with a big storm. And again, we haven't been hit by big storms since I was a kid. I mean, I think when I was 16, we had a hurricane called Bob, and everyone was wearing the T-shirt "I've been blown by Bob." But I remember it being 120 plus mile an hour winds, and like every tree everywhere was fucking either broken in half or down,
Yeah.
and there was no power for 3 weeks, and people were hungry, and you know. But since that storm, really, we've really not had anything much over 95 up here, and when that shit happens, man, the economy just explodes because everybody has work.
Isn't
People
there
that
one that just recently, in the last 10 years, I think hit maybe even 15 years there, it hit Nova Scotia, PI, and all that? Didn't it hit you? You guys?
It
I
must have
forget the name
skirted
of it.
us, and then I mean, don't get me wrong. Any storm that skirts us on the Atlantic can be devastating to people on the coast because
Yeah.
we're eroding away at a crazy rate out here,
Mm.
and so every storm is tragic. That house the other day when I did that walk on the beach at sunset, and I showed a house, and the foundation literally is right on the beach. Like this house is not going to last this winter. I promise it. Next
Like,
year we'll
I
go
seen
there and
I seen that.
it'll be gone.
yeah. What kind of soil you got there?
It's all beach sand. I mean,
It's
this
like
is a
sandy.
sand
Yeah,
dune.
yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
basically, you're living on a sandbar.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. If you see me walking out on the sandbar, right, and I'm looking down at the sand, if I went in my backyard and dug a big hole and wet it down, it would look like the exact same sand. I mean,
Oh yeah,
there is topsoil, but that's just
not
from
much.
hundreds of years of I heard it used to be way back in the 1700s, they logged this place. There used to be giant pine trees on here. And then when they logged it, they sold it off and they made it into a turnip patch. And this place used to be turnips and radishes, I believe. I know my town specifically was entirely a fucking turnip patch at one time.
I watched that arrest, John. Did you see that? Did you watch
What
it?
is it? What?
Tyreek Hill got arrested on the way to the Miami Dolphins game on Sunday
Really?
in Miami.
I heard about that, but I didn't click because it just looked like whatever.
But he was telling the cop not to knock on his window. He was being a real jerk to the cop.
What was the
Not to
charges
say
he got charged for?
that doesn't mean that it's okay what they did. Of course, like they fucked him up. They took him out. They threw him down the ground, cuffed him.
Kevin, that's a bot. It keeps track of when you type in the chat. You get points for that, which allow you to access sounds and different things on the robot. So
50
I'm
minutes.
slow, which nobody hears at the moment except for me. Fucking Brooke was blowing my eardrums earlier. That shit is so loud, man. It's incredible. I was
So,
hoping you guys were getting scared by it, but
so slow. You don't think that maybe that would have got less attention if he wasn't who he is? Like, I mean, you're saying he was being an asshole to the cop, and a lot of people these days think people being an asshole to the cop get what they deserve. Do you think maybe his fame has something to do why it's such a big deal, or is it more just because we're really pushing that narrative that cops are abusive to people of color?
effer.
What was it?
I
A
think
regular traffic stop?
I think it's blowed up more because of who he is,
Well,
obviously.
yeah.
But
Oh shit.
I
I
also
hope.
think that black men
Good.
have a way harder problem with the police than a white man for sure.
Caucasian says I hauled 4 tons of red clay to my beach house when they were renovating. I put down 2-inch thick under above foot of sand. Nice. I don't know. Nothing you can do will stop Mother Nature. I can tell you that from living on this fucking island for 50 years. What happens is that works best, and it's terrible, is that people make rock walls down the fucking. I agree. Wait, Canada sucks. They put rock walls, but what happens is, and it's a fact, they put a fucking they put a rock wall, and it just makes the washout further down the beach twice as aggressive.
This is
So
why
that
you
means,
to shut up. You keep typing these things.
which means if I can hardly talk because when it's in the background. Um, yeah, please ban whoever's activating these sounds, please. I can't even remember what I was gonna say now, or what I was even talking about.
That was the whole point, man.
Oh my god. What
Oh,
was I
that's
even? I don't like pigs. They are both oath breakers, law breakers, and get away with it. And they have no empathy for people. I mean, I hear nothing yet, Caucasian. I found that out today. But Brooke said, I told you. She's like, you fucking moron. Nobody else hears that shit but you. Thanks. I didn't know. I'm fucking retard. Yeah, they build rock walls, and those rock walls deflect the water perfectly. It works great. People that build those rock walls, they don't lose their property, but they paid, 1.10 fucking trillion dollars, and then their neighbor loses their house instantly. We've had 3 houses in the last couple of years on the Bayside. The Bayside doesn't really. It is the Atlantic Ocean. The Cape is a hook like that. We call this the Bay. It's really the Atlantic Ocean is all out here, it does push into here. But when we get certain direction winds, houses get eroded and fall right into the ocean. If you watch any of my sunset streams, you can see all those houses are on the tops of big bluffs. And what happens is next thing you know, the house is hanging fucking 4 feet out into the bluff, and then it finally rolls into the ocean, and the ocean literally take the whole house and take it out to sea, gone. Incredible.
You're from the hubbub?
I'm from the hubbub. What?
Yeah.
Wait, what? I don't know what that means.
You're from the Bay, bud.
I'm from the Bay. I don't know. I'm not hearing good. I'm from the.
I heard him.
I know you're trying to make fun of me, but I can't hear it to respond. Damn it.
He
Are
said,
you
"You're
from the
from the
Bay,
Bay,
boy?
boy."
From the Bay. Yes, I'm from the Bay. Yes. Yes,
Yes,
I'm on the
boy.
I'm on the inside. Similar to Edisto. Similar on Edistos. That's where your house
That's how
is.
they speak in Eastern Canada.
Oh,
Yes,
really?
boy. Yes, boy.
Yes. Yes, boy. I
Everything
hear
is
you. Yes.
boy.
Yes, boy.
Newfoundland.
How you like me now, boy?
No,
Yeah.
it's not boy. It's by.
What was that? We used to have a Newfie guy come by. What was his name?
Oh fuck, I can't remember, man.
You remember that guy?
It was a long ways back, though.
Yeah, it's a ways back. It was funny when me and Annie were fighting. He would fight. This guy would join Annie, and then
What?
fighting with
What?
me, and then
What guy, Danny?
no, the Newfoundland guy.
The Newfie guy.
Forget, I forget his name. And then me and Annie started doing the show, and he came over, and he was all nice. I was like, dude, you're a fucking kiss ass.
uh, my way or the highway. That's what happened to Dirty Mike. You know, he got fucking weird and turned into this fucking one way of the highway guy. How'd that work out for you, Mike?
Looks like he hit the highway
Yeah, I mean,
playing those
I
Newfoundland
don't
is
hate
trucker video games.
him, but the last time I peeked in over there, oh my god, what the fuck, everybody?
what up,
Joe
Joe?
Cool's in the house. I haven't talked to Dirty
Joe,
Mike
get your ass up here.
yeah, there's a white girl up here, Joe.
He's probably saying he'll be right up.
I have 4 pet newfies. Oh, nice, bro. I love dogs. My dog's probably right behind me. My silver dog, she's fucking amazing. 2 pit bulls now.
Yeah, it's gonna be fucking expensive mouths when they get older. They're gonna
Yeah,
eat like crazy, bro.
they're already expensive because we feed them fucking Blue Planet dog food and shit. Actually, I was told by the lady at the place I'm gonna try a new food here pretty quick. Is something health. It's quite a bit more expensive than the Blue Planet, which is pretty expensive. So, but she said it's
It's my
really good dog
birthday,
food.
Joe. You have to come up and say hi to me.
Yeah, Joe.
I'm changing
Andrew,
my dog food soon too.
Ayu, what are you gonna get?
It's called Fermina.
Fermina? What the
Yeah,
fuck?
it's made in
And
Italy.
you call me gay? Fucking weirdo. I mean,
Uh,
slow burner.
the Europeans, the Europeans are way further ahead in the dog game than
I
over
can't
here in
believe
North
no one
America.
brought up the big word in my title. I mean, come on, that might be the biggest word Hippie's ever used in his life, and not one person commented on it. Wow, you knew I had to have read that out of a book or something, and nobody even wanted to be a wise ass about it. I mean, I would have
I'm
thought
not.
Caucasian would have at least made fun of me about it, but no,
I'm
nobody
not
did.
using headphones right now. I'm on speakerphone.
No, the title for this live stream.
I'm not
He's
talking to you.
responding to Joe because Joe's making
Oh, fuck.
excuses like a bitch.
Oh, Jesus. Like a
Come on,
bitch.
Joe.
Okay, define it. Persiflage. He made it up. No, that's a
You
real
did it.
word. That's a real word, bro. You better get on the dictionary. Better
Why
get
What
on
is
it.
the title?
you didn't read the definition?
Yeah, it's tongue in cheek fucking banter, talking, blah blah blah. Let me get the exact. I had it up here. Persiflage, tongue in cheek. Persiflage is sometimes mistaken for an exchange of insults by people who don't know them. Persiflage. It's a real word.
Like me just calling Joe, I should have said a whammon because that's how you guys say it instead of being a bitch. He's being a whammon and making excuses. That's
Oh,
persiflage.
there's a dog walking by. 5 dogs going insane.
Or like when Hippie and Den call each other assholes for like 10 minutes straight.
We're just kidding around. We were doing that all day
Those guys
yesterday.
call each other gay all the time. That's
Yeah, like some girl was on his panel calling me gay last night, apparently. I'm like, okay. What would be wrong with that if I was gay? What's wrong with people? Like, you're going to insult people by calling them gay? Like, what? Wait. The world is weird.
I
Like
don't know
any
about
fan,
that one, Joe.
said in the song, like when Mike was calling us gay, like that would really matter if we were, right? What's going on? As soon as wife squatch permits, when I say hippie is gay, it's persiflage. Right? Exactly.
But it's not
Exactly.
because you are gay, bro.
Well, all right. Well, I mean, if that's uh what you want to
That was
say,
persiflage
yeah,
because
right.
I'm just picking at you, Hippie.
Oh, that's great. The sound is great on that slap. I got to make these come through. That one's pretty good. Somebody just slapped me. Even though he's gay, you are what you eat. Woo! So I am a pussy big time.
Who ate all the pussy?
Uh, I probably ate most of it. I mean, when you're with the same woman for 150 years, there's a lot of pussy eating going on there. I'm just saying. I don't know. Uh, Wait, what? Look at that guy's face, man. Does that hurt? Must hurt. World champions face smack.
Oh, that's crazy, man.
How do you do the round
Kimberly,
thingies? It's a new add-on to StreamYard today. I don't know if it was on here before, but I noticed it today. I'm assuming it started today. It's once you're live, maybe that's why, bro. It's under brand. See, look, I can change it to square or rectangle. So maybe it says default camera. And those are. I thought I saw your stream had it. I was like, hey, look at that. That's wicked cool. Caucasian has circles on his thing. And the reason why I like this, it makes the porn bomb even smaller.
I think you had before you had to have the top package to have this. I think.
Yeah, what about
did you
that
read Joe's
Caucasian?
comment, Hippie?
Nah, I switched off to tell whatchamacallit. Is Dennison's wife's pussy? What? I'm
So I'm
Dennison's wife's
Dennison's
pussy.
wife's pussy. You are what
Wait,
you eat,
what?
right?
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
So eat it up, buddy. How do I find out what words make what do what?
Apparently the list isn't working. So drugs, stop, Canada, fart, slap, police, purge, smells, pot, my PC, explanation, twisted lady, and chew. But you
Can,
guys can't hear it, so they don't. It's useless to even play
We're
can
it.
you
But
totally
make
then
gonna
a,
remember that.
can you make a banner with that on there so it's just going constantly?
across the bottom of the screen,
Yeah.
yeah, that's not a bad idea. Because how those things work is you get points based on how much you chat in the chat. So every time you type words, it apparently gives you points, and those points you can use. And then I can set the. So some of the wacky ones that are making fun of me, I'll set really high, so people have to chat a bunch before they can just make fun of me with some of the stupid sayings and shit. And I also got to figure out the size on it too.
Oh yeah, it costs 50 cents each time you do it too.
Not money, bro. It's points you get for chatting. Although, if you want to give me 50 cents, I mean, Slow Burner will probably drop my link. Yeah, see, there you go. Thanks, Slow.
Yeah, it's Hippie's birthday, guys. Come on.
Yeah. For the
Also,
14th
Again?
time this year.
he has the same birthday as Nikki. Imagine that. Oh yeah, it's Nikki's
Send me
birthday,
some
by the
money.
way, guys.
I'll run over to the dispensary and buy some good weed.
That's another thing you should put on the thing, that it's Nikki's birthday, so people can wish her a
That's
happy
not a
birthday.
bad. That's not a bad idea. I could actually
Happy
make a thing that
birthday.
says birthday right now. That every time you type birthday, it would say
I
something,
can
but
see
you
I'm
guys
gonna be
wouldn't
the
hear it,
producer
so
of
it's
this show
stupid.
soon. Shoot.
Yeah, would you please?
I guess I got all the ideas.
Isn't that the way they say it goes?
God. She doesn't want. She wants to
Yeah.
hear some good music on her birthday.
Shut up, Jesus Christ!
Mm.
Thought I was on stream with. Oh, what's this?
We baked you a birthday cake. If you get a tummy ache and you moan and groan and woe, don't forget we told you so. Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Make a wish, dear, and blow out the candle.
With the way he smokes it, Joe, no fucking way. It doesn't last until the next fucking crop.
I'm about to run out now. I'm getting close. I just opened a new jar this morning, and it looks full, but it's a lot of really tiny small buds. I never smoke the small buds first, which I should, but I never seem to.
That would
And then
let the
it,
Yeah.
bigger ones
oh,
cure better. That's what I do. I always smoke
I
the
know,
smaller
but
ones
Nikki,
first so the bigger ones can cure properly and they hit right.
it's like having a giant pair of breasts in front of you, and you can only look at them, but you can't touch them. I mean, it's nearly impossible. The
I
first
don't
thing
know.
I do when I pick those big giant buds is dream about putting my hands all over them.
Yeah, I like to put those at the back of the cabinet so that I don't even see them and put all the little ones in front. And when I
Well, I
just
even
sit
do
down,
that, Nikki. I hide it somewhere, and then Friday night comes, and me and Michelle are like, let's just smoke a big bud. And then by the time the big bud's gone, we're stuck with half a pound of little buds. So we suffer the last half of the.
so this is
Of,
why I say smoke the little buds first, hippie. They're
Why
small
don't
ah
enough
you
that
just
man.
they cure
you get a
faster.
Puffco, don't
So
you?
they're properly cured already. I mean, little or small, they're
Well,
still
how
good
about
bud.
just doing a better job at having a perpetual crop? I mean, I clone, I do all that. I'm just fucking lazy, Nikki. You know.
Hippie, you never smoke a bong, do you?
Nah, I don't really like bongs because I don't have any lungs. So if I take a hit off of a bong, it's like dabs. I roll around on the ground coughing for a half hour,
Me too,
and then
hippie. I
then
can't
my
stand
eyes are
bongs.
watering and fucking. So no, I don't really do bongs.
You don't either, Nikki?
You know what I feel like
No,
bongs too?
no bongs for me.
You smoke more weed when you got bongs because that shit just goes down quick. You pack a one hitter with a giant fucking nug, you
Will
puffing that
somebody
right
put some
down.
exclamation point words in the chat so it shuts Hippie up,
Hang on.
please?
Oh, look,
Get
there
it
he
in
went.
his ear. Oh, there he goes.
Yeah, I know we
Party
used to
time.
make awesome bongs when I was young, but I have smoked too much of too many things in my life and my lungs. I don't do dabs either. Like,
Look at that puppy. Oh wow.
oh, there she is.
That's Ocean, right?
Yeah, Ocean, yeah. Wicked, wicked skittish. Now this one I can barely pick up. She's literally a third the size of Ocean. This is my wife's dog. She is a sweetheart.
And what? She's chocolate.
Yeah, Pitbull, look, definitely. She's chocolate, yeah. So the father was a giant chocolate, I found out. He weighed like 85, 90 pounds, and the mother was the brown dog that you see at my house all the time, and she's a mix of Staffy and Lab. Like I told you, the mother of my puppies is actually the daughter of the father, so they're incestual dogs or whatever you want to call it, inbred. So, hippie, you grow enough weed to let? Nah, I wish. I should.
20%.
I should, but I even have a cloning machine. Like I always have clones ready and stuff. I never start them at the right time where it just. Because what I could do is every time, if I had it planned right, I could always just smoke the big buds and literally give away a lot of that other shit. You know what I mean?
Well, what the fuck? It's the one job you got to keep yourself with weed, and you can't fucking get that right.
I know. Well, no, because I didn't want to grow all summer. We're just getting back started again. Remember, I took
You
the summer
shouldn't
off
have
because
to.
it's too humid up here in the summer to grow. I hate it. The
It's
Hey,
grow room
hydro.
is
hippie.
is a constant struggle trying to keep that humidity below 80%. It costs way too much. So
If you
you got
do
to
2 grows in the
you muff.
wintertime, you should have enough to get you through to the next
Yeah,
to where the food stuff.
I get like 4 ounces on a plant, and I'm allowed to grow 12 technically. So
4 ounces is a quarter pound.
Wait,
yep,
you're growing indoor and you're only getting a QP per plant?
yep.
Yeah, I know that. It seems small.
No, that is. That when we were growing indoor, we'd get a pound to a pound and a half per plant. We
What are
didn't
you
have to grow a
feeding it?
lot of plants.
What
Well,
do you?
we grew hydro and cocoa coir
Right, yeah, yeah,
That's
using the
exactly
Canna
what I did
newts,
too.
and
yeah.
but we were like really particular about pH on water and
I don't use salt.
nutrient
I don't use
levels, and
salt fertilizers at
it's
all.
Canna is not salt fertilizer.
Well,
Canna is
anything
something
in
organic.
hydro has to be some sort of salt fertilizer because there's no such thing as organic hydro. Period. Because what
So since
happens is it grows bacteria instantly and shits up. So, as far as
we
I
weren't doing
know,
it
in
straight
recent
hydro with
times,
water, we were using cocoa coir.
right? Either way, there is no. The
I use
organic grows
Rockwell.
bacteria. You got to be using some sort of salts in there.
I use
Uh,
Rockwell for my media.
but anyway, yeah, I'm all natural. I don't feed anything but teas and bat guano and seabird guano. That's all I use.
Yeah, but your yields aren't that great.
4 ounces on a plant? I don't know. I guess you say so.
Ask that next time
Have
Neil
you e-
comes
ha-
around.
have you ever grown organic where you don't use any fertilizer?
No,
All right, so then you have no idea. So quality over quantity always. None of my weed ever had any chemicals in it of any kind ever. Maybe in the beginning of the run, because when I buy the Coco Loco, which is what I like to run, might somehow have touched chemicals. But once after that point, everything is 100% all natural. So anyway, I mean, hey, to each his own is what I say.
Hey,
I mean, a lot of people like the hydro. The reason why I don't do hydro is because you have to dump that water somewhere out of your hydro. Okay, now if you're using salt fertilizers, which as far as I know, there is no organic way to grow hydro yet, you have to dump that water somewhere. Now, if you're dumping it in your toilet, which is probably what a lot of people do, that's horrible. That water's ending up
So
in ponds and fucking blah 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 everywhere wherever you're dumping it. You know, even if you're in the middle of nowhere, it's still ending
I
up
can
in
give you a
back.
link, hippie,
Go
to
ahead.
BioCanna, and it is organic canna nutrients, and it's called hydro growing, but you grow in a cocoa core. You don't have
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
the
I know. I know.
water
Yeah.
the same water usage. And I mean, it's it's literally organic. It's called biocanna, and it's
Okay.
organic hydro growing. And there's a lot of products out there that are now. Maybe back in the day that wasn't the case, but there's a lot of advances.
I'll
It's
have to.
called
You have
Canna
to
Newts. It's a Dutch
drop a
company.
link. Yeah, I
Okay,
know
I'll grab a
Canna.
link.
Yeah, yeah. Drop me a link. I just don't like the idea of dumping anything back into the environment because that's horrible. So that's why I grew for hydro for a little while. I used the what's that company? I can't remember the name now. It was pretty expensive and it worked real well. I would get more bud quicker. But then again, I was dumping that shit out somewhere. I mean, salt fertilizers are natural, but it's still bad for the environment.
My husband was also a professional grower, and
Right.
they were at the top of the line for medical because it was in Colorado before recreational was even legal. It was before recreational was even legal in California. They had medical in California, but not recreational. And Colorado got medical, and we moved up there for my cancer, and he started working like he was one of those people where it didn't matter what it was if he really put his mind to it, he was going to get it done and do the best. And he turned into a, I mean, he had grown all his life with his family. Where we're from, everybody, like probably 60% of the population has grown for hundreds of years. Like it's just in the culture really strong here in New
It's like
Mexico.
moonshine.
Yeah, like moonshine in the South. Yes. And we do that here too. We call it moolah. So,
That's pretty cool.
but yeah,
It
he
looks cool. It
he
says
was
everything is OMRI approved organic except for the boost, which they say still remains as a natural base, but for some reason doesn't get the OMRI approved. That's pretty cool. I'll have to check it out. Do you use the
so
soil too, or the whatever that is that
we
they
used
sell as well?
the canna, the core, the canna
They sell
core.
something there.
It's
Look,
coconut
Bioterra.
core.
Yeah,
It was pretty awesome stuff. But now I'm not growing like that. Now they're getting like I gave them some molasses
yeah.
and they got some Fox Farms, a little bit of the Fox Farms organic for nitrogen, and that's all I've done. But I'm growing in half rabbit poop and half topsoil from my land.
Trying to get to a
And they're doing
price here.
badass with that rabbit poop. That shit was the stuff.
Ecologically friendly and organic. Give me a price somewhere. Got a lot of cool tea stuff. I like that. That's what I'm into teas and stuff. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of really huge advancements coming to the States that were already in other places. Um, the Dutch in particular have contributed a lot
Yeah,
to it.
Dutch good seeds as well. Right over there, overseas, you get good quality seeds.
We got this
Most-
thing in the late 90s. It was digital only, and it had to be passed to you from someone. I think they're selling it now, though. Someone is. But it was called the Grower's Bible, and it had chapters and notes from probably 100 different growers over like a 50-year period. And it just, oh, it was like the most amazing resource. I still have it on an external hard drive. It was the most amazing resource. It was like something like 5,000 pages, but oh my God, we read through that and totally changed
Huh?
my perspective on growing.
So nowhere in this website can you get a price because it's sold to dealers or
Dealers,
whatever.
you have to buy
Yeah,
it
there's
from the
no
local
store
dealer.
like it's way north of Boston from where I live, probably 100 miles, which is weird. I'm gonna try Google just
I
for
think
the hell of it.
Amazon carries it. I think they're in
Yeah, that's what I was
Australia.
thinking. Amazon. I mean,
Amazon
just
has stuff
curious how much it
everywhere.
is.
They weren't cheap even back then, but I mean, we were growing dispensary, and back then when it was just medical, I mean, you got a pretty penny for it. So it was worth the expense to have it, especially since it was medical grade. You wanted it organic because you're
Oh,
treating
it's
people
pretty
who are
cheap
already
too.
ill.
Honestly, it's very cheap.
Oh wow, they've lowered their prices. It's pretty then because it was
So
pretty pricey back then.
the bloom is $36 a liter, and the grow is if you get a gallon, 5 liter, it's $100. That ain't bad.
No, that's actually not bad. It was a lot more back in the day, but of course it was different back then too because we didn't even have recreational legal and less states had medical, so even getting a hold of it was difficult. So the dealers could charge, the authorized dealers could charge a lot more for it there in
Hang
Colorado.
on a sec, Mississippi's on the line.
And we didn't have Amazon either. Amazon has changed a lot. Are either of you Canadians still here?
Yep.
Hey,
Don't
Danny,
know
I
about
haven't seen
slow
you
though.
in a while.
Well, I've been around. In
I'm gonna see you in the chats a little bit, but I haven't like spoken with you in a
a
while.
little while, yeah.
Life good?
So far, still alive and kicking.
Hey, it beats the alternative as far as I'm concerned.
Oh yeah. I'm debating on whether or not I should go check my 4 babies.
I was already out in the greenhouse this morning, but I gotta go out in a while and open the doors. It's starting to get warm finally.
Yeah.
It's
This
really
time of
hot
year,
in here.
you don't want them buds to get too humid.
Oh, we don't have a problem with that. I live in a very arid climate. It's more the heat, man. They'll just wilt.
Oh yeah. Huh.
Like I live in the desert mountains, so I rarely have a humidity problem, but the heat, man, if I let the greenhouse stay closed up, don't let the
It'll
air
cook them.
exhaust, yeah, it'll
Yeah.
just cook them.
How's the breeze? Like when you
Eh,
open it, is there a good breeze, or you gotta add fans?
I've got a pretty large exhaust fan that I use when it gets really hot.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I bet you ain't got a problem drying then if it's nice and dry there.
No, no, drying is a bit of an issue sometimes because it'll dry too fast.
Oh yeah, I suppose.
You don't want it to dry too fast either, because like when you go to smoke it, it gets real powdery.
Yeah. You go to cut it up and it just falls apart.
Yeah, I have to cut it down into jars a lot quicker so that it retains some moisture.
Right on. Yeah, I got 4 plants. One out of the 4 is about 4 feet tall, and the other 3 are only like 2.5 feet for fuck's sakes, and they were all planted at the same time.
Have you seen me show my greenhouse lately, Danny? You want to see it?
I don't think so, but sure, if you want to give us a tour. Hey, hippie.
Well, it won't be the first time. Hippie likes it when I go in my greenhouse.
Oh, big screen, hippie. Oh,
Gotta take the dogs out. So, come on, guys, you wanna go out? Go out.
we'll have to wait to see your greenhouse, Nikki.
Yeah, I don't think he realized I was showing it. He was
Oh,
busy
were
with
you? I'm sorry, Nikki. I didn't know. I'm
That's why I said big screen, hippie. And you put
sorry.
yourself big screen.
I, the dog
he
was whimpering, so
misunderstood. He wanted to show us the doggos.
the dogs had to go out. They were whining, so there's the mother right there, the brown one. Good girl, Sharky. Good girl. You peeing outside. See, that's why. We've been on a roll now where they're not peeing or pooping on the floor, so. Good girl, Sharky. Good girl, Sharky. See, she got that pit bull look already. No, what? 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 Good girl, Sky. Good girl. Sky is the sister, the silver one, the big silver one. That's the sister of the mother. That one over there. You guys can hear me, right?
Yep.
Ow! Daisy, don't jump. No. You are a pain in my butt. Good girl, Muffin. Good girl. Sky, where you going? Not easy taking 5 dogs out for a walk. I'll tell you that. Oh shit, battery's low. All right, we want a treat? We ready? Treat? Look at reaction instant. Now we know what you want, huh? Yeah, come on, guys. Come on, Sky. You stuck, Sky, over there? You all right? Come on, Muff. Come on, girl. Come on. Good girl, Sky. So this is the aunt, the sister of my dog, my silver dog. I wish her ears would have stood like her. What beautiful ears she's got. There's Mom. Now, according to what we read, our puppies are going to be like twice their size. Come on, let's get a treat, guys. Come on, everybody. Come on.
Does
Come on.
does the mom still want anything to do with the puppies?
Not really. They play together. Come on, Muff. Come on. Come on, go. Let's go. Treat. Come on, everybody. Good girl, Daisy. You're always the first one, huh? Good girl. All right, everybody? Yeah? Good job, guys. Good job. Give them a little treat and then. Good girls. Girls, huh? Yeah. Oh, yeah. See, won't go down there.
Buy some
Say it again.
dehydrated rabbit feed or something.
I just give them a handful of food. Doesn't matter what food it is to them. If it's fucking food and they can eat it, that's all they care about. They are animals of food. Who's that fucking guy on panel right there? My God. They sure do grow up quick, though, I tell you that. I can't even see to drop myself. Nice fingers.
I really want to get this tent started.
Right? Yeah, then you can show me the 10-pound plant, bro. I'll be excited. Wait, I still hear myself over here.
What size bucket are you using?
I use bags. I don't use buckets. I use smart pots.
What size are they?
So they're basically 5 gallons. Some of them are a little bigger. Depends. The mothers I tend to put in 10 gallons so they got more room for roots. And I'll grow a mother for 2 or 3 years and then I'll finally flush her out.
Yeah,
Pineapple chunk, man. I love that weed. I should grow it again, see what it's like, if it's still that good.
I want to find some good genetics too. That's another thing I'm on the hunt for.
Well, I'm trying local genetics right now.
I don't want
Thank you,
auto.
Kevin. Thank you for swinging by, brother. Appreciate you. Organic is the best. I found a dispensary that's organic. Gotcha. That must be more expensive, but it's worth it. Hey, what did I miss? I had to grab a dark roast at Timmy's. Damn, you drink a lot of coffee, girlfriend. I still grow in Rockwool. I never had good luck with Rockwool. I don't know. I mean, I guess I should try it. If now that Nikki's showing me the organic
That's
food,
what I
which
use.
I'll give the organic food a try and see what happens.
Because with the Rockwell, you could just fucking wash it.
I don't even care about that. I mean, honestly, I don't even mind using the cocoa because what I do with the cocoa, it ends up all around my yard. I just dump it out in the yard, and it's all organic feed in it, so it doesn't. Nice, Danny.
You gotta knock off some of those leaves, man. Fucking
What do you mean,
pinch that
knock off some
shit.
of those leaves? Fuck no, not yet. I'm gonna
Pinch
have
that
to
shit.
finish it indoors because I only started it at fuck. When was it? First week of July. I started them really late. I was planning on getting clones and I never got any, so I had to start with seeds. Yeah.
I want like the best genetics I can get.
Right.
I'll pay for it.
Yeah, it's nice to me.
It's too bad though that these other three didn't fucking burst out like this one did. This one here, there, the big one,
It's
even before it started, even before
more
it started getting buds there, it smelt skunky.
more sativa, so it's a longer run, right? That's why I hate sativa and try to stay in the indica realm if I can, because one, it likes the cooler temperatures, and two, it's a shorter run. So
Yeah,
even
well,
though I think sativa's the better high personally, but I always
there's
grow indica.
there's two Acapulco Gold and two Pink
What?
Kush, and one's a
Nice.
sativa, one's an indica.
Sativa
Yep.
for me is just too racy.
Oh, you don't like that fucking zingy buzz?
No.
Gotcha. Bye, Nikki. Sorry I missed you leaving. What's up, Condensed? How are you?
She, bye, Nikki. She'll be back.
What's the weather like, bro? Weather report?
It's nice here.
Yeah, it's fucking beautiful. Damn. Yeah, look it. That's exactly what it's like here, except no clouds. Not a cloud in the sky anywhere.
I'm in shorts
Yeah.
and a t-shirt.
I think all those clouds that you showed in the beginning, those are over Slow's house. Just saying. It's pretty blue, though. Oh, shit. Let's go play in the corn, bro. Build it and they will come shit. Who lives in the fucking trailer? Is that you?
Huh?
Who lives in the trailer? You?
No, it's my trailer.
Don't lie,
That's my
Danny.
five hundred
Dang.
dollar trailer, man.
500. Is it really? Yeah,
Yeah,
nice.
bought it
Shit,
at
you
an
should
auction.
rent it out and fucking make fucking money on it.
Nah, I gotta do a little bit of
All right, well
alterations inside.
let's do this then. Let's make it a meth plant and cook up a bunch of meth in there. No?
No.
God damn it. You
Oh, I
guys,
gotta call my
you
dog
fucking
there.
Canadians are useless.
Dog's sitting over there waiting for me. Come on.
Uh-oh. Sativa for me, thanks, but I won't turn down any weed, laugh out loud, right? Yeah, again, I mean, I have specific reasons why I like the non-sativa version is because I'll grow anything that runs well in my grow room. A lot of times I'll grow random seeds just to see what it thinks of my environment, but But I tend to have a bit of a cold environment during the winter because it gets really cold up here. Sometimes it's fucking, minus 10 outside. So the grow room gets a little chilly, and I don't have the kind of money where I can heat, air condition, fucking dehumidifies my room. So I do the best I can to keep the environment at its optimal, but that's not always easy. I'd like to get a CO2 machine would be nice. So I could definitely produce a lot more bud with a little CO2.
Yeah, I plan on putting one in the tent.
But I just figured, my granddaughter's in the house and shit. I don't know. Could be dangerous. Something fails in the CO2 machine and it outputs too much CO2 that could be detrimental to people's health. I mean, my wife and I alone, if we were the only ones here, would be one thing, but you know what I'm saying? Like you're alone, so the only one you're killing is yourself and your dog. So
Well, how is oxygen killing me?
CO2 that you use that makes buds huge is what the same
Carbon
thing that
dioxide.
carbon dioxide. It's the same thing that kills you when your fucking generator is in your house when you're freezing cold when the power goes out. You always hear that. So it is dangerous. You would have a small tank in a small area. For me, I have a good sized room, which means I'm got to hold that room at 1,200 parts per million. That's quite a bit of CO2. Now, if something were to fail at the 1,200 mark, boy, could be. Luckily for me, the grow room is directly below my bedroom, so guys, mystical priorities. You're good, Nikki. Never worry. Appreciate you all the time. So, it could be dangerous, but in a small little square like you got that's probably, has a good seal and will stay at the right, it's got environment control.
Right.
So you would never have enough CO2 in that little box where even if something were to fail, it would, be enough to
Yeah.
kill you. But
Just
my
inject in a CO2 monitor or whatever. It's like a smoke
yeah, that's
detector.
Yeah, I got one.
holy shit. Damn, I'll never get used to that.
What? Shit comes
Nick,
out of a hole?
Nick,
Yes.
Nikki typed in exclamation pot and it does this fucking wacky woman yelling, I hate that pot, I hate that pot, I hate that pot. And it's quite funny. She's dancing, doing this weird hop down the highway, which you can see in my background. But you guys don't hear it, and it's fucking loud as
I
fuck
don't
every
hear it
time
and I
you
don't
do
see
it.
it.
No, you didn't see it either? It comes across my
No, I
screen.
see where she wrote that exclamation pot, but no, I don't see
So,
what you're talking about.
let's see. Nikki, try police or fart or slap. Nikki can see it. Oh, see, look, slap. So it makes like this weird noise of someone being slapped, and I've got to set the size on that so it's a little bit bigger, and I don't know why it's coming across.
So, do you have to be the one that writes it?
I wouldn't think so. I think it's made to be so that everybody in the Canada sucks. It's Bart Simpson or not Bart Simpson. What's his name? Family Guy, dude. There's a lot of them with Brian and stuff that didn't work. I had gay in
What's
there,
his
but it wouldn't
name?
work for some reason. There's mods, which is Leonardo DiCaprio crying, and it says, "Can someone please kick that guy?" It's pretty funny, actually. I want that one to work for sure, and I'll make that one super high with the. So how these things work is they're based on how much you chat in the chat. You get points. If you don't chat a lot in my chat, yeah, that one. I gotta get that one to work. It's a funny voice. Mods, can someone please ban that guy? It's funny as fuck. But so how it works is you get you get cash based on your chat. So if I make some of those ones pretty high, you'll either have to chat a lot or you won't be able to say them, you know?
He keeps the words hidden though.
It keeps the words hidden. What do you mean?
The exclamation words.
It does?
And
Yeah, I haven't figured that out yet. I'll have to. Maybe I'm supposed to copy all of the ones that I've activated and put them into where it says click here to see commands or whatever. Listen, I only messed with it once and I thought it was pretty cool, but I wanted to test them and then I just haven't got back there. You know how I am, Slow. I'll call you in a little while, I promise.
Man, I need more points.
don't
Yeah,
hold your
you can't.
breath.
You can't fuck. Yeah, right. Don't hold your breath.
That's probably also why I can't see the little
No,
whatever
I
emoji's
don't have
going.
it. I don't have it set up in OBS so that you guys hear it. Is what it is. So I
Okay.
gotta figure. I
That's
gotta
why I
figure
keep
out.
doing it because he's the only one that hears it.
Yeah, because
So
I'm
if
the
he
only one
starts,
that hears it, driving me insane. I want to fucking scream.
so if he
Especially,
starts talking too much, we just start doing it
yeah,
like
start
one after
typing
the
in
other.
those. Yeah, it'll definitely. Because like I don't want to talk over it. You know.
It
Too
shuts
much
him up.
lurking. There is a lot of lurking going on. There's always like 7 to 10 people lurking. I think Dennison was kind of saying the same thing. Yes, that
Well, we got one.
7 people are lurking. 3 of us are on panel.
Yeah, but Nikki's one of the 7.
Yeah, Ricardo's one. My hippie bot is probably would be considered one.
Brooke is one.
Four,
Pat Burke is one.
5. Yeah, I don't know. They're recording all your shit slow. They're gonna fucking add it to the website or something. I don't know.
Knock yourselves out.
That's what
They're
I
gonna
say.
use AI to
Enjoy.
impersonate you, man.
Yeah, I mean that's how easy it is today, right? They can literally just take Slow's fucking face and put his own words into the fucking AI and make it say anything he wants.
I stuck my thumb in my dog's
Right,
ass.
right, exactly. Now that's a fucking title out there in the YouTube world. Great, Slow.
What an
Thanks
idiot.
a lot.
Oh, fuck. Hey,
Dude, you
if
sh-
if
I don't
if
know.
if only those types of dog, the ones that have them, would realize that's what you got to do to get them stopped. You think there'd
Right?
be so many owners?
Well, maybe so many people wouldn't get attacked if more people knew about it. I never heard of something like that. But it
Uh,
turns out when I actually Google it, it's actually a thing.
You
yeah,
might need it. You might need it in the future with your dogs. Fuck.
Right. Yeah, it's true.
yeah, man. Wear them rubber gloves.
Or
Get
you know
ready.
what? Grab. You know what else is a good one? Is just try grabbing the back legs first.
Oh, yeah, that tends to like get them to release.
Yeah. But
Gotcha.
if that doesn't work and they go down on their fucking chin and they still got the dog in their mouth, then you gotta go fucking anal.
I like it. Quick head count.
Man,
Yeah,
you
we're
almost,
testing.
you
Testing,
almost have,
testing. God
you
damn it.
almost, you almost have to have a little container of wet wipes or something too, eh?
Nah, fucking,
Oh,
I
you
could
gotta
give a shit
use,
less.
use a poop bag.
Damn
Yeah,
it.
but how in the fuck you gonna wash it off your thumb?
I'd like to be
Use a
right
poop bag.
underneath.
You put the poop bag over your thumb and stick the
Okay,
fucking.
there we
Fuck that, dude.
go.
I know everything I fed
There.
my dog. I could care
That
less
makes
if my
more
finger
sense.
got in the dog's shit. I might pick up
Use,
my own dog shit. I'm not picking up somebody else's, but
Like, pe-
but
they, people were just fucking assuming that he was sticking his finger directly into the dog's butt. But no, in reality, he was putting the poop bag on first. So he was gloving up.
come on, he was not. He just shoved his finger in the ass. Don't fucking lie, Slow, all right? Please.
what are you on
People
about?
are already
I am
are already calling you out,
whatever. I don't
seriously.
give a fuck. I saved the Guy's wife.
What are you on about? You are AI as this is not hippie, laugh out loud. Sound as if you know what you're talking about, laugh out loud. This is definitely not hippie.
Definitely
Uh,
not a.
I don't know what this is.
Everybody quotation mark fucking something.
I'm okay. What? I just then, but
You're you're
fine.
melting.
No, we, I, we, it's me. Really, I'm telling you, it's me. But boys and their toys, I'm just saying. Smash that like button. Send me $50 in my PayPal so I can go buy some good weed.
I have to get a computer, man. I'm tired of using the phone.
I don't blame you, bro. I'm fucking tired of you using a phone too, you know. Fucking then I got Dennison crying because you're fucking making all kinds of noises when you're walking. You gotta like, I don't know.
Oh, fuck him. I do that on purpose just to bother him.
Ah, shit. I think he's alive still.
Um, yeah, I need to know. Like, I don't know what to look for in a computer. That's the problem. Like, I know I want a good graphics card because I want to be able to do trippy
Well,
backgrounds like you
I
do.
mean, I can tell you from experience, a lot of people say, well, maybe the Alienware ain't great, but I've had mine for since Christmas. I fucking love this computer. And
Hippie, I
it
had to
wasn't,
come
and
up
it,
to say this before you move
God,
on. You just said, send me money so I can go buy good pot. You
yeah.
fucking grow pot and you say you use only specific
Yeah,
weeds
but
on it.
I'm
But you're
down to
calling the
like,
good pot you want to go buy is the same pot that uses the chemicals you say you don't want to use.
I know,
He's-
but a
Yeah, you
little bit
tell
of
him.
chemical ain't bad as opposed to a lot of chemical, right?
So then why not use the chemical to grow the good pot yourself instead of having to buy it from someone else who's willing to use the chemical?
Fuck
Like
He's
yes.
down to small buds.
Smart. Smart. Yeah.
small
Hey,
buds.
that's the
It's
Joe
not bad,
Kramer.
actually.
Joe
So
Kramer
this
goes
is
like,
for Danny. I told
Because
him I would come show him.
I do have oh, nice. See how
It's
many
taller
ounces he
than
going to get off of that?
it's taller than me.
Mm,
I'm looking up to
nice.
see the top.
That's
Yeah.
only a couple ounces.
Well, I'm not
No.
growing indoor, so I don't
Right.
expect to get more than
Well,
maybe
I mean, close enough. It's in a
4 or 5
tent,
ounces.
right?
that
You're
thing stretched
No,
still
out
this is
like
in
saying
a
it'll be
you.
more than a
greenhouse.
couple ounces.
This is in a greenhouse. It's not a controlled environment.
Mm.
Yeah. It's got no fans like sucking the air in and out
I
and
do
blah,
have
blah,
an
blah.
exhaust fan. I
Right.
use a huge exhaust fan because it gets hot, but I don't have
But like a
temperature
greenhouse
controls
would
with
have,
humidity
like, yeah, the
controls. I don't
windows
have
would
the
open
lighting
and shit.
controls. It's just natural
Do
lighting.
you have upper windows in it?
Oh yeah.
Like above? Yeah, okay.
And I have several different size fans for the
How is
different
it?
needs.
Yeah. That's all glass or is it plexiglass or?
It's like a maybe it's a fiberglass. I don't know. It's like a
This is
plasticky
this is
thing.
me, but not me, but another AI with no sense of humor.
Getting the
I have
fall
no sense of
strawberry
anything.
crop. This one didn't do so well. It's a lot smaller than the other one. Now the fully outdoor ones, let me take you over there. Those ones are doing really well. Chicky chicks.
Like nice. I love me some chickens.
These are
Oh
these are
yeah,
the
much better.
males that I pulled their containers. Had to pull those males, but
Look at those
Sure.
buds on those plants. Ooh
now
wee.
look at these outdoor ones though. I'm probably
Yeah,
gonna get
nice.
I'll definitely get more than a quarter pound off a couple of these.
Nice.
And they're not even fully done. They're not even
Sure.
ambering yet. And then there's this
Nice.
one
Uh,
over the corner here. It was kind of sickly and weak, and I didn't want to even bother. Like,
Uh-oh.
then it just took off
uh-uh.
on its own.
You're cutting out.
This one's in the ground.
Oh,
Uh,
there we go.
So that last one, I just put it in the ground because it was weak and scrawny and I didn't think it would do anything. I haven't given it molasses or anything else. And it did
Yeah,
that all by itself.
right.
I haven't even watered it really, just the rain.
Uh,
But these
it's
ones, I mean,
determined to
like this
give you
one
something.
especially. Yeah, she was like, you gave up on me, but I didn't give up.
How
Yeah.
many chickens you got?
7.
And you said you don't have a rooster, right? So you don't kill them for food. You just use the eggs.
Yeah, no, I not until I have the money to invest in like a plucker and stuff because and an incubation space and
Yeah, that
this
is a
really
lot of
is
work,
a
isn't it?
lot.
Yeah, it's hard.
It
Yeah,
is
I
a
remember
lot to
plucking the
raise
pheasant
chickens
when
for
I was a
me.
kid. I never did a chicken, but I remember plucking. Whoops, I remember plucking the pheasant. They're kind of small, and it's a lot of work. I remember
You
getting
dip
yelled
them
at,
in
dude.
hot water.
I remember getting
Yeah,
yelled
if I'm
at
gonna
too,
do
like you
that,
do it this way, and fuck it. Oh, it's hard.
if I'm gonna
Yeah,
do
you
that,
dip
I'm
them in
gonna
hot
need an
water, and the feathers release easier.
Really?
I'm gonna need another
Yeah.
coop because you have to have heating for the coop for the eggs, and you have to separate the
Oh,
hen who is
okay.
willing to roost the eggs from the rest because the other chickens and the rooster will try to kill the babies. They'll try and eat the eggs. Like
Really?
it's a big old ordeal to breed chickens.
Oh shit!
Oh
So
yeah.
only one chicken really wants to
Man, your
hatch the
Usually
chicken's a
eggs.
one or two
savage,
of the
man.
chickens will
Fuck.
roost and the rest will not. I have one right now who's
Wow,
roosting. Every time
that's
somebody
interesting.
lays an egg, she goes and sits on it. When I notice she's not outside, I'm like, okay, there's an egg in there.
Just watched Hennessy Venom doing 272 on Kennedy Space Center runway. Ended up crashing on a 15,000-foot surface. Crazy fast production car. Wow.
Uh,
270. I've gone half that, but on a motorcycle. It's intense.
almost breaking the sound barrier there.
Right? Yeah, very close. What is it,
300,
300?
I think. Okay, yeah.
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 That my
Hey,
favorite video.
I
Right?
gotta head out there in a few
Brother.
minutes. My alarm's gonna
Yep.
go off, so I figured I'll jump off now before it goes off, and I don't know. I might
See,
see you around.
she's roosting right now,
Brother.
look. And the
Good
egg she's
talking to you,
roosting on isn't even hers.
Nikki.
These little
Uh,
brown eggs.
Take
Nikki,
it
They're
easy,
good
Danny.
talking
little.
to you too.
See you,
Keep
Oh,
in
bye,
Danny.
touch.
Danny.
Later,
bye,
Slow.
Danny. Later, brother.
But did you see she was
Yeah.
sitting on the egg and it's not even hers?
Yeah,
She lays
yeah.
brown eggs.
That's great. Fuck, that's worth it right there. Fucking a dozen eggs is fucking retarded now. It's gotten better, but it's still expensive. Nice setup, Nikki, says
Yeah, when
Ricardo.
everybody's laying, I get 7 eggs a day. Right now they're molting though, so I'm only getting about 3 to 4 eggs a day. And it makes them look gross
Ricardo,
when they molt.
is,
See?
is Tatiana there? Just watched the Hennessy Venom. Nice. Thanks for redeeming Sound Pot, Witchy Bishy. Fuck off, hippies, big mouth. So I don't know.
It's sad
So
because I really like watching you jump from that one, but I'm gonna have to not do it too much because I don't want to take years off your life the way you jump.
I know it's fucking crazy. I don't know. It's like such an abrupt sound. I don't know why, but it gets me every fucking time. Even if I know it's coming, it fucking jumps me. A lot of bees on my tomato plant right now. They must have all been kicked out of the fucking home. All the worker bees are gonna die.
That was an
How big
issue
of a
with my
tent do you think I
greenhouse.
should get?
What was that, Slow?
I want to grow 4 plants. How big of a tent do you think I should get for 4 plants?
I mean, a 4-footer would be fine, right? 1 foot for each base.
A 4x4?
And you just do a sea of green. I mean, yeah, it seems plausible to me. I
Well,
mean,
see,
if you
here's the
got
thing.
the
If you're
if you
gonna
got
do
the
sea of
room,
green, If you're going to do sea of green, you're going to need 2 tents because the mama has to always stay in full lighting to stay in vegetative state. If you're going to change
I'll
the
be
lighting
growing. I'll
times,
be
they're all
growing
going to
from
flower.
clones. I'll be using clones every time.
So
Right,
that
but where are
was
you going to keep the mama that you're taking the clones off of? She has to
I'm
be
not. I'll be
constantly.
buying. I'll be
buying them
buying
from the
clones.
dispensary,
Oh, you're buying clothes. Okay, never mind.
which could be a
Yeah.
tragedy in itself because you never know what you're getting from a dispensary. You know, could end up with some bugs in your tent or something. But
Who
it's
said?
the
Who said
risk.
anything about our dispensary?
All right, you're getting them from your buddy. All right,
Yeah.
well, or your girlfriend or whatever. So we don't have to.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say
Yeah,
that.
I guess that works. Nothing's bulletproof, but yeah. Either way, it's such a small area. If something weird happens, it's not the end of the world anyway.
I gotta
Like
hook
with
up one of these external hard drives, Hippie, so I can show you our old grow. A 4-foot tent would barely hold one of his plants.
right.
But you saw how the size of my plants, 1 foot square should be plenty to fit,
Right, that's what I'm
a
saying.
plant if you're not,
Yeah.
if you're not growing like professionally.
I mean, a 4 foot tent. You could also do one of those things where you put the tent screen down low and you bend all the branches underneath it, and that makes the fucking stem grow sideways, which supposedly makes the buds bigger. What do they call that? I can't even remember now. But yeah,
That's
people will take a metal wire and they put it on top of the plant, and then they bend the plant in every direction under it. And for some reason, when that plant starts to grow up after you bent the all around, a scrog, that's what it's called, scrog. And then there's the where you bend the whole stem sideways. I forget what that method's called.
help me out here, Slow. What the fuck is PEI? I keep seeing it and I'm really like, I
It's
know
the
Prince
it's called
Edward.
island.
something in
Prince
Canada.
Edward Island.
Okay.
Yeah. That's where Jason's from too.
The biggest government grow is here in Charlottetown, PEI. It's peaceful, but sometimes the loneliness. Are you hanging out with Tatiana? I'm just trying to figure out, yeah, if you're who I think you are. I know you, but you used to have a different name.
Who did?
Ricardo.
Who were they before?
I don't know. It's fucking just more internet drama.
Really?
Yeah.
They don't seem to be saying anything. What are they being mean?
No, just the. I'll send you a private message. Well, I guess I could send you private here because nobody can see it. Uh,
Boom, boom. It's not very private if you tell everybody.
well, it's not private to me. I was in another fucking channel and people were yelling and screaming at somebody, and it had something to do with him and blah blah blah. So
Sometimes having children who homeschool, the most frustrating thing is getting them to change their clothes. They're like, but why? Nobody's gonna see me. Why can't I wear the same pajama pants I wore yesterday?
yeah, Dennison didn't have anything to do with that. It was I went I went over to a channel somewhere else in England, and I was talking to the channel owner about how I hate drama and stuff, and then like 2 minutes later, there was a bunch of yelling and screaming, and it was aimed at a woman. It was very uncomfortable for me because I wanted to just speak my mind, but one, it's not my channel, and two, I don't know. It's fucking not worth a big argument. It's just gonna make me feel like shit when I win, but just don't want to fucking. I don't want to be a part of it. So anyway.
It's a beautiful morning. Yeah.
What an awesome way to while away the afternoon chilling with great people. Aw, thank you. You as well, except for when you scare the hell out of me. Which I guess makes it all that more fun to have it on there, right? Because people are just going to use it to harass me when I ever figure it all out. But that's the fun of it. Gives people a reason to interact. Gives people a reason to chat. What's this? Advanced grow tent. Yeah, nice. Yeah, I saw it. See, that's what I really want is some CO2. That really increases those buds incredibly.
You know what the price is?
Yeah, it's worth it. The light, the fucking fan itself is probably 700 or 800.
It's got the
So
charcoal filter.
fans, nice. See, in the wintertime, I pump all that hot air from my lights into the house,
Well,
and
here's the
it
next
heats
step
the
up.
it heats the whole basement. And the basement, in turn makes it eat. Such a great fart. I can't wait until I make that one work because it is a fucking great fart.
The chickens are all happy because I let them out to free range in the yard, and I was telling you guys about the pinon, and they like it as much as I do.
I hate that pot. I hate that pot. I hate that pot. That's what she says as she does that wild dance down the side of the fucking highway. Because I hate that pot. I hate that pot. I hate that pot.
1 o'clock.
What's that mean? I started
Being,
it 3 hours. That's what it means.
yeah.
Gotcha. You going to do something? You out?
No, not yet. Chilling.
Gotcha. There's all kinds of new things you can do here. I'm pretty happy with the new setup with StreamYards, man. They done some fun shit.
I don't know why you're not contacting them to try and get that better deal. Crazy. I would.
Because I know there's got to be some less than what I've got all set up now. There's got to be less backgrounds, less songs, less video clips, less banners. I mean, the banners, I've got like 3 pages of banners, these things to block the screen. So when people come up, depending on how I feel,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I had lots of
So,
them too, buddy.
yeah, so I don't want to give away any of this shit.
You won't have to.
I'm sure if it's fucking less, it's got to be fucking, you know?
I'm telling you, it's the same thing except you advertise for them. That's it.
What an ugly son of a bitch.
That's it. That's the only difference.
Dead air.
It's peaceful, but sometimes the loneliness is soul crushing.
Yeah. Yeah. What's headlines?
I love that picture with the hippie there. That's a cool picture. You know, it kind of reminds me of. Remember the back in the day, you'd find pictures on Velvet.
That one?
Yeah, like if they did that one on Velvet, that would be such a cool picture, where it was like glow in the dark or whatever.
Well, you know the weird part about this picture, why I put it on here? Because listen, all I did was ask the AI to make a fucking thumbnail for tonight's stream. Now, I had already asked it the question because I don't know, I'm sure you've heard me and you'll probably say, oh, you always talk about this, but how I do pretty much every title, I didn't do it today, but usually I just ask the AI, please write me a title, description, hashtags, and keywords for a YouTube live stream or short, depending on what I'm doing. Then I just copy and paste all that, throw it onto the StreamYard area, and that's how I do it. You know what I mean? But this here, I asked it to make a thumbnail for tonight's stream. I didn't give it any prompts. Now, if you know me and from my streaming, you know that I love crows. It threw that in there without my fucking acknowledgement. That is pretty. It's like the AI. You start to realize when you play with the AI a lot, it knows who you are. Like, it may not know my name, but it knows uh, what you're doing out here on this interweb. Pretty crazy. Because it could have
Glad
made any thumbnail in the world, but it made it psychedelic, hippie. I did say wandering hippie probably,
it's
but
fucking cool, man. That's a really cool picture.
there's bunches of them. Every time I do a live, I try to make the.
Do you have something like that as a screensaver on your phone?
No, I have my dog Elsa here up in the corner there. She's this thing here, my beauty. She's on my phone. I still miss her a lot, so I can't. You know what I mean? Like I didn't want to keep that brown dog. I love that brown dog. She is just like my Elsa. She's super sweet. When she wags her tail, her whole body fucking withers like a fucking a wave. But I didn't want. I don't know. It's weird, and I don't want my dog. She's watching up there in space if there is some afterlife thing to think that
I
I
think
was trying to replace her because
I think I think she'd be happy for you, buddy.
yeah, maybe, but we have her anyway, so it is what it is, right?
The spit cup. Ding ding.
What's up, brother? What's happening, Jamie? Pretty quiet over here today. Not much. The more you play with the AI, the more it learns from you, right? Yeah, and look at how many pitches I've made with the AI. We're over 10,000. I've made over 10,000 pitches with the AI. Cause I made 5,600 and some odd with Midjourney back 2 years ago when we were punching in words for pitches, and since then I've done probably another 3 to 500. So easily done. But it's crazy. Like I did another live a while back. I talked about this one where I said wandering hippie walk on the beach with his Staffordshire lab mix, one silver, one brown, and it made the silver puppy with blue eyes. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like the AI. And when you make stuff with the Microsoft Copilot, it says searching your social media, searching your platform, and then it makes whatever you're asking. So it's pretty insane. It's definitely looking at your Facebook and all your shit. Like all these pictures, the one in the background, there's like a brown spot, the beard comes to a point. Like the AI knows exactly who you are. 2 p.m. Wait, it can't be 2 p.m. there. Because it's only 1:06 here. How could you be ahead of me? Wait,
In PEI is an hour ahead. Yeah,
is it? Wow,
yeah.
that's weird. That's really weird. Dreamy Ricardo.
You go to Newfoundland and it's an extra half an hour.
What's up, Hippie?
What's going on, brother?
Yeah, it's been a while since I talked to you, so I thought now was a good time.
Yeah, sure.
So I'm here,
What's going on?
just chilling on my own, man. I'm, the weather's shit here. It's raining and
Is it?
yeah,
It was a fucking England
overcast.
game. Shit, I forgot about that.
So I'm hiding inside where it's dry.
I don't
AJ.
blame you. I don't blame you. I hate the rain.
Yeah, you can't smoke. You can't smoke out there when it's raining. You can't smoke a cigarette. Nothing.
Well, I don't feel bad for you there because although I do smoke off and on currently right now, I don't have any smokes. So love you, AJ. Mwah. You too, Toe for Life.
So hi to everyone else on the panel. I can't see your names, but I've been listening
We
to you for a
got
while. So hi.
Brooke Cameron, we got Danny Williams, we got Jamie the Spit Cup, we got Aja, we got Caucasian Sasquatch. That's about it, I think. Maybe some Daryl Williams in the background.
Cool. Well, I like as you probably know, I like chilled panels. I don't like those panels where everyone's just shouting and screaming abuse at each other for hours on end. I've
Yeah,
seen those. I've tried
I
them.
was
They're
on
not for
one
me.
recently. Like you probably heard me
Yeah.
say. I had just got done
Mm.
talking with the channel owner about how I hate drama and blah blah blah, and then 2 seconds later,
Mhm.
there's big drama on the panel.
Anything to do with you?
No, no, it was
So yeah. So why should you care? So you
yeah,
ducked out.
Who
yeah.
was
I was
it to do
just
with?
I don't know. Spunkfish came on the panel and was attacking a woman and
Oh,
saying,
Spunkfish. We all know
yeah,
about Spunkfish and his drunken ways.
yeah. I
I
can't
can't
stand
believe
that.
that.
Especially can't stand a drunk person just fucking
Mm,
babbling, because I don't really
yeah.
drink. So,
Nah, I don't either.
and Spunk can be a nice guy when he's
Really?
sober, but like everybody in the world,
Yeah.
I think when you're drinking, you're a piece of shit. It's just the way
Yeah.
it works.
Sometimes it's the what gets me is the hippie is the way drunks can go from absolutely loving you one
Yep.
minute, like
Yeah, to hating
can't
you
sing
the
your
next.
praises enough, and then
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like a phase. 10 minutes later, it's like a pendulum or something. They
Yeah,
just
they're
turn.
back
They
friends
just
with you
turn
again.
nasty, and they just fucking hate everything and everyone. And it's like, what the
Uh,
fuck is up with your moods? Like, what's going on? Can't figure it out. My
so,
moods are pretty.
so
My
you know
moods are
what the
pretty
interesting
stable.
part was? The
You know,
interesting part of what
so
I just talked about was that at the end
what's going
of
on?
after the Spunkfish was harassing this woman,
Uh huh.
um, somebody came on panel, and then a couple other people came on panel, and they all had clear icons. So like you have your face,
Mm-hmm.
and I have mine up there. They had no face on. And then the
Mm.
one dude was like, Spunkfish, listen, if you don't shut your fucking mouth, I'm going to come over to your fucking house right now and I'm going to fucking slap your head around fucking backwards. And then Spunkfish just went fucking ballistic, screaming and yelling, I'll fucking kill you and your whole
Yeah,
family.
I've
I was
seen
like,
it so
oh
many
my
times.
God.
Seen it
Yeah,
so
I
many
know you
times.
have.
It's just like it's silly, but
Wait,
it's almost like a circus sometimes. When you can just watch someone just go. You know they're going to go off. You know they're drinking. Something's going to
We were
kick
just
off.
talking about the problem. They need more mental institutions because these people are
yeah,
fucking
Yeah,
mental.
wait.
really.
Aja, you wear toe like a belt? Wow.
The mental health system in the UK is not good. It's underfunded and understaffed, so they can't really do much for you apart from give you pills, numb you down a bit. That's no good. Be
I
free
mean,
of
it's
all
the
that shit.
same here. I don't think that
Yeah.
I don't think that
But,
it's accidental at all. It's intentional.
hmm. Do you know who I blame? Psychiatrists. What is
Okay,
psychiatry
why?
all about?
I'll buy in. Why?
Huh?
I said I'll buy in. Why? Why do you blame psychiatrists?
Because they're the ones that sort of promote, uphold, and you probably create this like this DSM IV. You know, the basically the list of every single mental health problem you could think of, and how best to treat it. Well, you know, which drug to best treat it with, possible, you know, blah 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 blah. But they make the, you know, they're constantly adding things to it, and there's, you know, changing it. You know, it's like what was it? Bipolar disorder use is now
Yes.
called
I'm going to get my
um
gummies. Be right back. 2 seconds.
it's called something, it's called something different now, and really understands schizophrenia. I mean, I
So
thought
is
I
the
was
flu
schizophrenic for
now.
a while, but apparently I'm not. So I don't know. But they
I
just
mean,
keep
that's
labeling people, you know, and it's like it doesn't really help. The stigma can make things worse. Yeah.
I really like the circles, hippies. I think they're cool.
What's this? That's strange. Hmm.
hey, Hadi, I love you.
Did you read the back chat?
Who, me?
Oh yeah,
No.
yeah. There was some, but I mean, I can defend myself. I can try and brush it off. I can try and make a new start and just get on with my life, like I have been doing. So,
Yeah, I just been
certainly don't
getting
need that.
back now.
Don't need
That's
any more
why
aggro right now.
I didn't say anybody's name or anything. I don't play that game.
Yeah,
That's something that really should be between that person and the other person. But
yeah,
anyway, I just wanted to make sure.
yeah.
Look, I have 5 fucking gummies here. So,
Oh, hey.
Down the
so,
hatch they go.
so here we go.
Are they strawberry?
Uh, no, unfortunately, they're like guava go. They're called.
Oh,
They're
guava.
brown. They are
Oh,
made with sugar, water, pectin, sodium bicarbonate, natural
mhm,
flavors, cannabis extract, coffee fruit extract,
mhm.
guarana, sodium citrate, natural coloring, MCT oil, and it says in big giant letters contains tree nuts, coconut. They're not
Sounds
really
very
that good.
Sounds very
I,
healthy. Hippie.
I don't know. You think so? The first thing
Yeah.
on the list is sugar, bro. And look at it. Just
Well,
covered in sugar.
they got to put the sugar in, otherwise they taste bitter as anything, I guess.
Last ones I had were like strawberry and grape. Oh, they were so fucking good. I mean, you could easily, as a kid, not knowing it was weed, eat the whole package.
Mm. Yeah, I've tried a few of those quite recently, actually. Friend of
Grim
mine's
Reaper,
friend of mine gave me some for my birthday soon.
nice. Grim Reaper came over
Mm.
to America. I'm sure you know who Grim is, right? Everybody knows who Grim is.
I remember Grim Reaper.
Yeah, so he came
Yeah.
over to America and stayed near me for like 10 days over here on Cape Cod.
Oh, I've heard
And
something about that.
and it was a
Amazing.
complete pot vacation for him, you know what I mean? They smoked fucking I mean, he bought some sodas that I had never tried before ever, and they were
Mm.
peach. They were peach mango, and let me tell you, 10 milligrams per soda. He bought 4 of them, and they fucking, dude, you could fucking
Mhm.
die from that shit because it tastes so good. Basically, it tastes like a one more. Basically, it tastes like a carbonated soda water with really good flavor. Like usually a lot of pot stuff I tend not to like because it's got that weird oil weed pot taste. I don't know how to explain it, but
Yeah, so they hide it pretty well in that. Get the ingredients just right. Flavors.
But somebody was telling me the other day now the dispensaries are spraying flavoring on the weed, and I'm like, wait, what?
They don't
And
need
I
to do
guess
that.
You know
now
what?
there's some.
A lot of these
Go ahead.
gummy companies are spraying the THC on just a gummy they buy at like a store.
Really?
Yeah, they don't even make the gummies themselves. A lot of these places.
Well, you know these aren't because these are all government inspected and blah blah blah. Doesn't mean that that's 100% perfect because we know how the government is. But yeah, they're very well watched and blah blah blah. Matter of fact,
What do you think?
about 2 months ago, they busted 6 dispensaries for having some sort of chemical blah 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 in their cannabis weed. So they give them random checkups or whatever, you know what I mean? What's MCT
Yeah, so
oil?
they're
I wonder what
probably
that is.
they're buying black market weed cheaper
Right, right.
than right?
Than it is to grow. Well, here, every bit of weed has to be accounted for. It has to be grown on site. Can't be like I heard a funny story, and somebody in the chat actually knew what I was talking about. Was that Nantucket Island, right? Because Nantucket Island is more than 1 mile offshore, it's considered federal waters, which means weed cannot be transported to the island. So, like some of these dispensaries on land, they might be able to share their weed with another dispensary where they fill, appropriate vehicles with weed and they get a permission slip to travel with it and they bring it to the other dispensary. But the island ran out of weed, and I guess it was a pretty funny big deal that, nobody out there had any pot and they couldn't ship it in on boats because that's federally illegal. And, stupidly, the state and the federal government fight over this whole weed thing. Like literally, the dispensaries out here have their own private banking because they're not allowed to put weed money into the bank because that's considered whatever, federally illegal drug money, blah blah blah. What?
Yeah,
Wait.
they use the co-ops, right?
I think they use the union, credit union. That's not really considered a bank.
Credit union. Yeah, that's right.
Here near the border patrol is allowed to uh, patrol up to 100 miles away from the border, and they've been pulling over armed cars that they know contain money from dispensaries. And since they're under federal jurisdiction, they seize it as illegal drug money because it's still federally a Schedule One illegal drug.
It's crazy.
Anyway, hippie, MCT is multi-chain triglycerides, and it's
Is that
supposed to be the easiest absorbed fat for our bodies.
so? Is that the coconut? Is that contains coke? Because it doesn't say
Coconut
coconut anywhere in there. So is it in
coconut is
coconut?
one of the ones they can extract MCT from, but
Okay,
it's an
so that's why.
extraction
Yeah.
from
Because
oil.
see at the
What is it?
bottom in big letters of the thing, it says right here, it says contains tree nuts, and then in hyphens or whatever, it says coconut.
Yeah, tree nuts contain MCTs. That's why they tell you to eat like almonds and stuff. It's
Oh
the
wow.
best fat. Avocados have MCT. It's the healthiest way to absorb and use fat
This
as opposed to carbohydrates for people who are like on
huh.
keto.
This is weird because it has no CBDs either. Zero. None registered. None registered. None registered.
I
Huh.
told you, hippie, the higher percentage you're getting on shit, the more of the other stuff that's not going to be in there. And then those gummies, you're reading the gummies, right?
Yep.
Those gummies are made with concentrate.
Right.
Concentrate focuses on pulling out uh, THC, the methods that we use, not CBD.
Right.
And it might also say 0% because they didn't pay for CBD testing because they're not promoting it as a CBD product.
I hear a
I've actually got
woodpecker picking.
I've actually got a question, hippie.
Go
Or
ahead.
to the whole panel, if anybody knows, because I've got this little empty packet here. It says strawberry bites infused with D9 distillate, 5 pieces
Okay,
per pack, 500
that's
milligrams.
so that's
Distillate.
the synthetic. That's the synthetic THC, right? That's not the real synthetic. I mean, that's not the real THC.
Is it fuck? Is it really?
I believe so. I believe that that's the synthetic version of THC.
Oh my god. Well,
Yeah,
I hope
you'll
it's not dangerous
Google it.
because
No,
I've
it's
already
not dangerous. It's
I've
not
already taken a
dangerous.
few.
No.
Yeah,
It's just
I
a
should
way
Google
that
it.
people, smart people learn to get around laws. You know what I mean? Like
Mm.
heroin, then it's fentanyl, and you got all this weird shit like DMT and blah blah
Yeah,
blah.
yeah.
That's
They just slightly alter the chemical composition and then get around. Yeah,
right. Get
but then
around the illegal part of it. So
but then
out
the
here,
laws catch up,
Delta
don't they?
9. I smoked one with Breaking the Flaw. Breaking the Flaw. He's one of the auditor guys.
Oh
He
yeah.
bought one, and I took a few puffs off it. I definitely felt something. Definitely worked. It was definitely a different high. Like, sometimes you smoke indica, it's a body high. You smoke sativa, it's a head high, or vice versa. This had
Mm.
like a completely different high, and it was only 2 hits, but there was the Delta 9, which I'm pretty positive is synthetic THC.
Ah, isn't it the Delta 8 that we want? I heard it. I heard
Uh,
something about
it,
this once. Not the
well,
9.
when I look at this, it says 9-9 THC, but
I know one
I'm
of
not.
them's dodgy.
Let
Can't
me
remember
see
which one
here.
it is.
Let me Google it.
I've watched a few documentaries on the subject.
What is Delta 9? THC effects, legality. Delta 9 is the most abundant intoxicant form of THC in cannabis. So it
Mhm.
sounds like actually that's you got the right shit. Delta 8 is the one we don't want then.
Uh-huh.
Chemically, Delta 9 and Delta 8 are very similar. They share a chemical formula, which is C21H30O2. The difference between Delta 8 and Delta 9 is that one, that affects the body. Wait, where did it take that fucking cut from? A few forms of THC in cannabis plants, the most abundant Delta 9. When people refer to the effect of THC, usually talking about Delta 9. Other forms, such as Delta 8 and Delta 10, have similar chemical structure to Delta 9, but
Mhm.
their effects are usually different. Chemical formulations of Delta 9, blah, blah, blah. We just heard that. I want to see what the difference between 8 is. Yeah, it doesn't really say. So you got the right shit. I almost steered you wrong. You almost got you yelling at your buddy. Fucking
That's awesome.
douchebag. What'd you sell me? In this entire article that doesn't. Oh, what's the difference? Here we go. The chemical Delta
Who's
9.
it written by? Iffy?
This is I'm reading under Healthline, which is I don't know the
Oh yeah,
just
that's
the
not.
first.
Yeah, that's not a bad site. I use that for health advice sometimes. Yeah,
Share a
healthline.com.
chemical formula, which is C blah
Whoop,
blah
whoop.
blah. The difference between Delta 8 and 9 is that one carbon double bonds is a different location in terms of bodily effects. Delta 9 and Delta 8 are intoxicating. However, Delta 8 seems to be less potent than Delta 9, according to the blah blah blah. Some people claim that they have fewer side effects with Delta 8 compared to Delta 9. Oh no! Delta 8
I've heard.
9 safe? Anxiety, dry mouth, increased appetite, heart rate, memory
Yeah,
loss, oh fuck. Slowed
yeah.
reaction times. We are
Apparently,
fucked.
some people are growing that shit unknowingly, not knowing it's bad. I don't know. I've
Yeah.
never grown it myself, so I don't know. I don't really know what I'm talking about when it comes to growing. I know a
I
few
don't know.
things.
According to Slow Burner, I don't know anything either, so it's alright. What's up, Homer? How are you? It causes psychosis. Spice is pretty fucked up. So is that what Delta 8 is? The spice causes psychosis. What's up,
Could
Homer?
be. No, I think for spice, I've done spice in the
Have you?
past before. I tried it a few times. Yeah, because I was living with a guy who was a real bad junkie, and he was
Yeah.
they. So when I moved in, they were bonging spice. They were actually smoking spice through bongs because
Wow.
spliffs wasn't cigarettes wasn't enough. It was like, and they'd moved
Wow.
on to, they'd been smoking weed before, but they moved on to spice because it was cheaper. It's a cheaper buzz and
Sure.
obviously,
And
but it
plus,
doesn't
over
compare.
there, your weed isn't always the greatest. I've heard from people and
Yeah.
seen some of the quality of the weed that you guys get over there. It's not unless you're going to pay some good, good cash.
Well, I don't know. There's a lot of uneducated dealers and suppliers that don't really, they don't even know what they're selling half the time. To be
Right,
fair,
right.
they don't know
Yeah. So
they
I
don't
guess
know
it's
what
just a
strain it
matter of
is. They don't know
who
fuck
you
all.
know, right?
All they know is how much it costs. So they just people need more education, because the more people at the top know stuff, and the people at the bottom, they can teach each other. But yeah, people are generally more weed savvy than strain savvy, than especially than they used to be. I've just got a new I just got hold of some new stuff. It's called lava cake.
Ooh,
Don't know if
yeah, that's
you ever
nice.
heard of that one?
No, but it sounds
Lava
nice.
cake. It's an advanced hybrid, and it comes from grape gas and I don't know, some other stuff. It's absolutely delicious.
Crazy how many different kinds of weed there are now.
Well,
You know what I mean?
I didn't even, yeah, but I didn't even buy that. That was a birthday present from a mate. Great. It comes from grape pie and crossed with thin mint cookies. So, named for its super delicious flavor, lava cake packs a sweet and chocolatey taste with a lightly minty, fruity exhale into each and every toke. The aroma is just as delectable, with fruity pine and nutty herbs galore. Yeah. Packs a super relaxing high for.
Uh-oh, somebody's connection's bad, mine or yours, but
There's an
so
England game today. England plays Finland.
when today?
Yeah.
At soccer. I mean
Reflection
football.
before bed at the end of a long and stressful day.
Oh, that
2:45.
2:45 they play. So that's
Yeah.
got to be like now, or 2:45 our time.
Our time. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thanks. Have fun, brother. Stay safe out there in those. He's
And
not
we're
yours,
back.
hippie. Wait, who's not mine? I forgot what we were talking about.
We were talking about weed, weren't we? I trailed off somewhere
Yeah,
along the
yeah.
way.
You like your internet like lagged out pretty bad for a while. We heard maybe half of what you said, and
Oh,
now you
sorry.
sound perfect. Like no, it's not your fault. The internet
Is it all
just
good?
is what it
Is it all
is.
good now? I was like, in my head, I was like, where's the signal gone? Where's the signal gone?
Right?
Where's the signal gone? But I didn't say it out loud, so it's okay.
Who remembers the fabulous furry Freak Brothers? Wait, what?
Yes, me. I remember them. It was a cartoon. It was like a comic book, comic
No, sir.
magazine. I had a
The
friend who used to
fabulous
have
furry
a big
Freak
load.
Brothers.
He used to let me read them at night, and they were fucking the funniest cartoons, honestly, I've ever seen. Really, really funny. Proper hippies.
Oh yeah, it comes up right away too, like instantly.
Is it
Oh
freeloading Freddy?
yes, they used to be in the newspaper. I remember that.
Yeah.
Images of. Wait, let me show you. For people who
Proper
might not
preppy.
know what we're talking about, let me show you the picture and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And there we go. Remember them? I know they were in my newspaper for sure.
I gotta drop for a bit, hippie.
All right, brother. Peace.
See you guys. Nice meeting you, man.
See you later, Slow. Take it easy, man.
Fat Freddy. The Fabulous Furry Freak Brothers. Dave Sheridan.
And they've left us on our own.
Yeah, it can happen. It's scary to think that. Yeah, I'm thinking there was a cartoon maybe for a brief moment of that. I kind of like the circle.
I like the way when you put the motorbike in the background. It looks like we're the wheels on it.
Yeah, we are the wheels. Oh yeah, perfect. Yeah,
That's so
I
cool.
like
Is
it.
that your
So I
bike
like
or
it.
is that
Yeah, that's my bike. Yeah,
really?
I should be riding it right fucking now, this second.
Fucking A, man. That must be a lot of
Yeah,
fun.
it's way too much fun, brother. Way. I've been trying to sell it for a while and haven't had anybody serious about it, but
What
yeah, she'll
bike?
take you where you want to go extremely
Mm,
fast, and she's also a good cruising bike where you can just
absolutely.
put her on 100 miles an hour and drive
Mm.
all day. It's
Absolutely
safari.
scary, fucking scariest acceleration on those things. I've been on the back of a few, and
Yeah. Oh yeah. You don't
hold
have
on
any
tight.
problems passing anybody for sure. And the way I've got mine set up with there's no rear seat there. You can see there's a little cover where the rear seat goes. So
It looks amazing. Beautiful color as well. I love that color.
that's the whole thing of it, right? Is the color. Yeah, the whole thing about it is
Honda.
the color, man. She's a good looking
Honda.
girl. And it's
Yellow
the
and black.
Hondas are they run forever. This thing runs like a fucking champ.
Hmm. That must be awesome. How long have you had it?
This is my second year, I think. Yeah, I've had it for 2 years.
Yeah.
I put about 15,000 miles on it too.
Wow. Where's the furthest you've been on it?
I drove it down to New Jersey to a motorcycle rally down there, Atlantic City. That
Atlantic City.
normally would be like a 7 hour drive in a car. It took me about 12 hours because I'm old and fucking in pain all the time. So I just kept having to stop all the time and relax for a while and fucking,
How many
try to
times
get.
did you have to stop?
Well, like I say, it took us 12 hours. So I don't know. Probably at
5,
least 10. At least 10.
10,
And
yeah.
keep in mind,
Mm.
motorcycles don't get a lot of miles of gas mileage because, especially the guys that I was riding with, they're all on like R6s and
Mm.
sick hundreds that just gobble gas because they can't go slower than 150.
Mm.
So,
Does your bum get sore?
not really because you're sort of leaning forward. See how that gas slopes towards the
Looks pretty.
front?
That
Uh,
cushion looks
that's
pretty
why
comfortable.
a lot of people say, "Oh, like what's an old guy doing on a crotch rocket?" But honestly, that laying down on that seat with that tank with your hands on that handlebar, you feel like fucking Superman. Just you know, there's not a better feeling in the world than just fucking your head below the windshield. You can't have your head above that windshield. First time
Mm.
I went 135 on it, I lifted my head up. I let off the throttle. I was like, thank God I lived through that. And it almost blew me right off the bike. Thank God I got some pretty strong hands because I managed to put my head back down below that windshield, which again doesn't seem like much, but yeah, it'll fucking rock your world.
Mm.
Come on,
Amazing.
admit it, that old man bladder. The old man is getting his genitals vibrated, right? Yellow Bonanza with 2 spinners. But I don't know, man. I enjoy that. Like most old guys are. Why does the puppy keep yelping? What? Most old guys ride a Harley. I don't know. I like the excitement of the speed. I'll take the crotch rocket any day over the Harley. Sorry. Especially a bike like this. I've owned it for 2 years. I've done a few things to it just because I wanted to do it. Nothing needed to be done.
So
Honda's
what's the problem
when
with it then? Do you need an
nothing.
upgrade or?
No, what the problem is me. I had crazy
No.
surgery on my neck 4 months ago, and I shouldn't be
Yeah,
riding it.
yeah.
You know
You
what I
gotta be
mean?
careful.
If I
Okay.
crash even remotely, it's going to be a big fucking deal.
It's probably more
And
dangerous to have it than have it around than
yes,
yeah.
yep,
So
exactly.
it's like a
So.
safety thing.
I bought it for $5,000, and I've put quite a bit of money into it. I have dropped it a couple times. When I first bought it, it had a
Mm.
super high suspension. So what I mean by drop it is it's hard to balance. Big bike 800. When I first got it, I was tippy toeing it. So a lot of times I'd go to throw my leg over that back hump to get off the bike, and it would lean towards me, and I'd lose it, and she'd hit the ground, and there's a couple little scrapes in the side. One
Mm-hmm.
time, when I changed the suspension, the original kickstand didn't work anymore, so I put a modified kickstand in there. I didn't have the height adjusted right, so she stood a bit straight up and down. And when I went to the store with my kid, the wind blew, my bike blew over, and his bike blew over, and fucking, oh my God, he had a fucking nervous breakdown. So,
Good.
got a couple little scratches in it, but it's immaculate. Great bike,
Yeah,
not a thing wrong. I
that's great.
flushed the
I've had a
hydraulics,
few.
everything.
I've
Yeah,
I've had a few. I had a friend who had a serious bike crash once, and
yeah,
he never really got over it. It didn't kill him,
sure,
but he wasn't riding anymore.
yeah.
It's like broken bones and
Well, then the worst
Yep.
part is, where I'm at, it's a
Crazy.
wicked tourist trap. Everyone's here. They're paying ridiculous money for a rental, and they just
Mm.
want to get everything in their vacation they can. I get it. Like when you're at a store, people cut you off. Most people aren't really douchey. They're just in a hurry. They're on their vacation, and that doesn't give them the right to do it, but I kind of get it. But by the end of the season, I'm like, in the beginning of the season, I'm like, hey, thanks for cutting me off. And then by the end of the season, like last weekend, I drove to the dump. 2 people cut me off between here and the dump. It's like a 5-minute ride. You know what I mean? Like fucking people.
God
And when
damn
you're
it.
on a motorcycle and people do that, it's life threatening. And then people will be like, they'll stop in the middle of the road when they cut you off, right? And they'll wave to you like, oh, sorry. I just want to
Didn't see
fucking
you.
stove my bike right into the side of their fucking car. Like, no, it's not wave, it's okay. It's like, pay your fucking attention, you know?
Yeah. Open your fucking eyes.
Yeah, definitely when I started riding a bike on the street, it really changed my driving etiquette because although I speed a bit allegedly, so I guess that's not really allegedly, right? We don't know for sure if Hippie really did 160,
Oh,
but
come on, it's all part of the
people are
fun.
saying that.
Wouldn't be fun if you just followed the rules all the time, would it? Kids.
Listen, yeah,
Mm-mm.
it's true. I
So
don't
you
know.
just got to decide, when to and how to. But leave it up to your own
That's
intuition,
the hard part, you know. I mean,
your own judgment.
to get on that motorcycle and not do something stupid, it's pretty difficult.
Have you ever done an endo?
No, I don't pop wheelies or any of that shit. Nah.
No wheelies.
Years ago on a dirt bike. That was
I
like
love
that was my first major surgery. No
Mhm.
lie.
Right.
Anyway.
Yeah. Some of the best videos or shorts I see on social media are the ones where the driving ones where people are just showing off on a bike or something and just
Yeah, I dropped a good one recently and it got like 14,000 views and it was a woman on a four-wheeler and there's this little puddle hole thing and she pulls up to it and she's like, and she like goes in it and the fucking other side is wicked steep and she didn't realize that the bike instantly flips over and you can hear her screaming, you know what I mean? Help me, help me, help me. And it's like, what's up, Tom?
crazy,
How you doing, buddy?
crazy stuff.
Nice to meet you. I had somebody in my chat tell me to come and look you up and hang out with you.
All right.
First read.
Gotcha. Welcome.
Hello.
Thank you.
New person. What is
person,
your name?
yeah. Where you at? Where's your location, roughly?
Oh, there we go. I like this setup.
Where you at? Location.
Washington State, Northwest.
Gotcha. So,
yeah.
And I am on the East Coast, Boston.
Nice.
So
I like that. I love New Hampshire. Yeah.
Go ahead. Keep going. You love New Hampshire?
I lived in New Hampshire in the New England area for a couple of years, and then a couple summers. After that, I really like it over there. I actually kind of want to go back.
Yeah, it's definitely a beautiful country over here.
It is. I had a lot of fun living in New Hampshire. I lived in Milford, New Hampshire, which is about, I think, a half an hour from Nashua. Yeah.
Yep. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. I do music.
Nice. What do you do? What kind of music?
I rap and sing and play guitar and what else? I kind of stream I'm from like the IRL IP2 community. I'm on the IP2 list and shit.
I don't even know what IRL. I don't even know what you're talking about. So come on, give me an old guy.
I just do it's like it's live streaming. People who do like IRL and meet people
IRL.
And stream what they're doing. And, kind of a live streaming community.
Really? I've never heard of it. I'm really got a small mind.
You should look into it.
Yeah. And what's the second one you said? IRL and.
IRL is like the style of streaming, like it's in real life is what that stands for. So streaming your life, and then there's probably, have you ever heard of like Blade or Geezer or like any of those streamers or
no. I am so
that kind of shit. Degenerate shit.
I got you.
I mean, if you want to laugh, there's a lot of characters to get a laugh at from IP2.
Right.
I'm happy to be a part of it. I'm always having a laugh, and
that's cool, man.
I took a drug.
I do a little bit of TikTok.
Sorry,
that's about it. No, you're good.
I haven't explored TikTok.
No, I've never heard of any of these other platforms you're talking about. I tried Kick once.
Yeah, I do YouTube, and then let's see here. I fucking.
You can put your shit on X, right? Facebook.
Yeah. I'm gonna check you guys out though more. I just wanted to come over and say hi and introduce myself. I'm Tommy James.
Come play some music.
My chat told me about you. Yeah, I'll come over. We'll share some music and share some stories, man.
All right, cool. You have a great day,
brother. Thank you for having me over here, you guys.
No problem.
To give you a little insight, one of the last things I did, I took a drug test for my stream and then drank my piss. So that's kind of what you're dealing with.
Holy shit!
Not a bad
Sounds
idea.
interesting.
I'll try that one myself.
I just get it.
Oh,
Hey, much love, you guys. I'm having
all
a
right,
little
buddy.
difficulties. There's a little lag. I'll come back. I'll subscribe, brother.
All right, buddy. Peace, man.
I like meeting new people.
Sure.
Brilliant.
What's
Thanks
up,
for
big
coming
guy?
on, man.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Thank you, guys. I
I'm always
appreciate you.
always a little
Appreciate you too,
nervous
man.
when I take new people up because I got poem bombed 3 times yesterday. So I'm like, I don't know
Yeah.
that name, but I do love
Sure.
meeting new people. That's why I'm here. I'm not really interested in 100,000 subscribers. Honestly, I think the more subscribers you have, the less personal relationship you have with people.
Mm-hmm.
You
That's
know what I
true.
mean?
There's
You
only so
can't
much of
really
there's only so
like
much of us to
Brooke.
go around, isn't there?
Like with Brooke, I know her quite well, Danny, blah, blah, blah. But when you get your chat flying at 150 miles an hour, when you got 50 people in there or more, it's really not very personal, you know? So that's really
Yeah.
what I like. That's why I
That's
love
what.
gaming so much. If I
Mhm.
jump over on Call of Duty right now, I'm instantly with 3 or 4 people with a mic chatting. You know what I mean? Unless they're douchey, and then I just go to the next game and chat. But so that's really what I like. You know what I mean?
Awesome. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
why I come on. That's why I come on YouTube to just to have fun and meet
come on, you're a
people
cloud
and
chaser, bro. I've heard about you.
educated. Me a clout
Just
chaser.
kidding. I'm
Oh
just
yeah,
kidding.
yeah. I don't promote myself enough, but I don't. I don't think I've always got that much to promote. I'm just me. I'm just trying to be
Yeah.
me. So I do what I do. Make videos.
Oh shit.
Make music.
See, that one's got the perfect sound. Just needs
Make
the
babies
size, speed.
sometimes.
Make babies? No.
Yeah.
Kind of late. How old are you?
I'm in my late 40s,
It's a tough time to have
but
kids, bro. Damn.
there's nothing wrong with my sperm. I know
So you
that.
figure, yeah, for your kid to graduate high school, you'd be like 60. I guess it's not too bad. More difficult for a woman if she's your age,
Yeah. Yeah, I
to
know.
have a baby at this point, but
Yeah.
it's doable.
It's possible,
420?
but maybe not not the best decision. Yeah, that's my that's one of my pictures I took of my old Sony alarm clock
Nice.
with the radio, and well, it happened to be 420. So
It's probably cranked and was worked really well. I think any of the older shit works, but much better than
only
anything
problem
newer.
is, yeah, it's great, it's brilliant. Only problem is it I can't remember whether it was in the 420 in the morning or in the afternoon.
4:20 in the afternoon. It
Could have
kind
been
of looks
either.
like a window in the background there above the like 20. What's
Oh,
that?
yeah,
So it must have been daytime. No, but it wouldn't have been that bright at 4:20 a.m., right? Outside, so gotta be
yeah,
dark out, bro.
looks dark.
Morning.
It's
Wait,
probably
the
in the
little
morning.
check mark says AM, PM. See the little green dot way in front of the 4? That's AM, PM, and it's green on PM. That
Oh,
was
there you go.
afternoon.
There you go. It was in the PM then. Yeah.
Fucking-
Yeah, it's just a rail behind. I've got my clothes rail behind there, so that's what that
Wait, the last thing I did was took a
white
drug
thing is.
test and then I drank the pee.
Hmm. Is that? Do you want
Huh.
to use somebody else's pee?
I
Like
don't know. I mean, I've always heard
somebody
pee
who
that
hasn't been
pee
doing drugs.
pee is
Use their.
somewhat sterile. So, but I remember in high school studying some Indian that used to be big into mushrooms that used to drink their
Recycle.
drinks like yeah they would drink their pee to recycle the mushroom, and it used to get them higher or as high or whatever. I don't know.
Sounds
No,
sounds
no,
like it
thank
would be
you.
might be a nice idea, but I don't particularly like the smell, and I wouldn't like the taste. So
Yeah,
you I'm not
yeah.
don't really want to do it.
I hate germs. Like my house isn't super clean, but I like if I go to a restaurant, I hate
Mm.
touching doorknobs, and if I go pee,
Oh, dude, that's a bit neurotic. I think
I think it is.
germs don't exist. They're just a figment of your imagination. I
Hey,
think it
come
was
on,
all,
no,
I
they
think it was all
exist,
made
bro.
by it. It was made by cleaning companies who wanted to sell you all these
You know,
sprays and products and
well, I guess
cloths
it
and
could be more
everything.
than just germs too, like in a
But
public bathroom. You
I know
know,
what you mean, dirt. No, I
come
don't.
on, Ricardo. You could
Nobody
have
likes
just been
dirt.
you could have been just in the stall rubbing one out, and then you didn't care, and you got it all over your hands, and you fucking grabbed the door handle. Come on, that sounds like something a Brit would do.
Mm, I've never done anything like that. But no, you gotta keep yourself clean.
No
Can't stand
way.
these people that go to the toilet and don't wash their hands after.
First
Come
case
on,
of
guys.
confirmed rabies in a human in Canada since 1967. Bit by a
Hygiene
bat.
is important.
That's crazy. I was just sitting in my front yard the night before last. I have like a circle garden, and I was sitting there, and I have a circle driveway as well. And these bats were coming in and going around my circle driveway and back out to the main street, and you could see them either going left or right in the light in the sky. Pretty wild. Bats have come back again. They were scarce for a while, but we got a big bat. She's saying the first case of rabies in a bat bite from a bat. I'm assuming it's just a regular bat. So once they get rabies, they just get whack, and they go after humans. Wasn't there like a movie back in the 80s where like bats went insane and were attacking humans? I know there was
Roughly,
birds. Oh, that was good.
yeah. That's the closest thing I can remember like that. But
Fourth gummy.
I love the
Fourth.
bit where the noodles turned into worms, down in the cave, and he gives them some or is it rice? And they, he goes, nice rice, and he gives it to him, and and it turns into fucking worms, and they're all slithering around, and fucking, it's not rice, and he's like, I'm not eating this. It's so
I
funny.
mean, supposedly, maggots do a lot of good things, but like that's what
Mm,
they do to burn victims now, right? They put the maggots on the skin because maggots
eat the flesh.
they eat the flesh. So it's
Yeah.
supposed to help people get better. It's just to me, it's like, or what about those people over there in Europe that they put the maggots in the cheese, and then when the maggots eat the cheese, they leave cheese shit behind, which is supposed to be the best cheese in the world.
Jesus.
I'm
No
not
way.
kidding you. I'm not kidding. You've never heard of that?
No,
All
that
right,
sounds
wait a minute.
mad.
Hang on. I'm going to show you cheese with maggots. I'm not kidding you, bro. It's a big delicatessen. Uh, that one's sardine shrimp.
The
I
deli
mean,
favorite,
sardine
is it?
sheep. No, it is with fly larvae. It's considered a delicacy and an aphrodisiac, but also it's a health risk and it's illegal in Italy.
Oh,
What's it called? Casu Mazzaro is also known as maggot cheese. Is a traditional Sardinian cheese made with sheep's milk. What makes this
yeah,
cheese unique and
Sardinia.
somewhat controversial is the way it's aged. The cheese is left outside to allow cheese flies, Papillia cassia, to lay its eggs in it. And then that's supposed to be just the look of the cheese looks pretty horrifying. Let me see.
So the worms, the maggots were there once, but they've slithered off and just left
They're
their like
they're eggs.
squelchy stuff behind.
Well, no, they left
Yeah.
the eggs, so it's like eating fish eggs. What do you call that?
Roe,
Another thing I wouldn't
yeah.
eat.
R
Well, no, the
ROA.
rich people eat it. It's called
Caviar.
caviar. There you go.
Hmm. I know. No, I've never tried it. I'm not into fish or much meat, to be honest.
I mean, I
I hate
think
white meat. not red meat.
I'm not saying I probably would try just like a little bit of it just to see, because I mean, it makes some sense to it. But kasu marzu,
It's got to be good for you.
I mean,
Small
it's natural, right? So I mean, how could it
Yeah.
not be?
Yeah, Hippie. I'm just gonna mute up for a minute because I need to go
Yeah.
downstairs and
Yeah, if you gotta go,
I
bro,
need-
help yourself.
no, I just need to make. I just need to go and make some dinner. But I can show you. I can show you what I'm doing when I get down there.
All right, cool.
I've got to make some food. I haven't eaten anything decent like all day because I've just been busy. So I'm gonna cook something now. But I
Yeah, do
want
it.
to keep you on because it's good fun.
Roger. Oh, when I switch to look at cheese, it switched the thing. I want to switch the. Hang on, give me a second here. Check this out.
Roger that.
Stop screen, present, share screen, larvae cheese, share. Look at that. I don't know if you can see that on your phone because it's a pretty small picture, but I mean, you can literally see the larvae in the cheese.
Yeah, it
You
doesn't actually look too disgusting to me. So I'd probably have a go at that.
At least
Some
one little
vegetable
try, right? See what all the hubbub is about. Oh, look at that. That kind of looks pretty gross, but
Yeah.
it's in a bread bun. Oh, look at it. That's the cheese all bundled up. How much was it? Wait, go back. 1680, 1250. 1680 pounds? I don't know. It's Italy, so I don't know how Italy pays for this shit. Anybody in the chat ever had that? What's up, Andrew? Kasu Marzu fondue. Are you eating it, Andrew? What do you think? Or roe, same as caviar. I don't know, man. Pretty interesting, though. That kind of looks gross to me. Okay. Why not? Anybody hungry? Can I get you a piece right away? Hippie, it's illegal because restaurant businesses lose an A grade for having unhygienic creatures inside, right? Unhygienic, right? You mean like flies or maggots? They're not even regular flies. They're like some kind of special fly. So 3 people. I don't know. Maybe I'll go fuck around, find out. Maybe I'll go get something to eat, take a rest, check out my grow room, feed my tomato plant. Patrick! I'm back. Cute sound! Because restaurants have to be sterilized. I mean, it sounds like it's probably good. I mean, most cheese is fermented caca doo doo anyway, so what's the fucking different if it's got some bugs in there? Half the food in America has legal amounts of bugs in it, so.
Maybe bugs are good for us, but
Well, I'm
it's not the
sure
most
they are, but it's just we
it's not
don't
the
want
most
to go that route. I mean, nobody in
appealing
America
thing.
is eating bugs because we're all so fat we're floating away. I mean, wait, what? I'm one of them. Uh, yeah, it happens, I guess. I used to be in great shape back in the day, but
Yeah.
a sterilized environment means good, clean operations.
Would be more exercise.
I imagine they could make it under good, clean conditions, but it is shit, right? So maybe that's just the part of it that people can't get outside. Protein, right? See? But it's something about the cheese that's processed by the maggot that's supposed to be the good cheese. Now, obviously, you can see that there's not enough left behind that would make where they can extract it. So you actually have to eat the cheese that has the processed cheese, which is actually shit, out of the cheese. So I don't know. I've seen videos that shit it tastes amazing. I'm not really a huge like, oh my god, I love the taste of that cheese, but I do love Swiss cheese. So I guess I am kind of a cheese taste guy. I hate American like processed cheap cheese.
I quite like cheese. But do you mind favourite cheeses, Hippie?
Go ahead. Uh huh.
Feta. Greek feta cheese.
Feta?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I had feta last night on my salad. The wife cuts it up and makes little squares and throws it on the salad. It was so fucking good. Oh,
Absolutely delicious.
yeah.
And you don't heat it up. It's meant to be eaten cold or room temperature. So
Yeah,
it doesn't
salad.
melt well.
And I'm like a weird guy about textures, you know what I mean? Smoked cheese. I don't think I've ever had anything smoked cheese. Let's listen to tunes later when you come back. Sounds good. My
What the
favorite
hell is
cheese
this?
is mozzarella. Yeah, I don't mind the mozzarella sticks. I might try and take the dogs for a walk later and then actually go live, stream and listen to music like around 9 or something. But I'm going to try and get out and take the dogs for a walk because we've been lazy the last couple of days streaming 24/7. So,
Yeah.
so say it
Always
again.
great to watch a hippie stream.
Yeah, brother.
Brilliant stuff.
Enjoy whatever you're making there, and I'll be thinking about you as I have like some cereal or something.
Thank you, man.
And see you next time.
Yep.
Gypsy, what's up, brother?
Good, Tippy. Peace out, man.
All right, brother. I'm out of here, guys. I'm gonna bounce out to do some stuff and pot smoked cheese. I've never had smoked cheese before. Sounds good. Like Swiss cheese would probably be cool if it's all inside the holes in the cheese too. See you, Pat. Thanks for swinging in. Gypsy, thank you for coming by. Hippie's gonna bounce for a while. Might take the
All about the
dogs for
whole.
a walk a little later and then be live streaming tonight. So everybody have a great day. See you later.